MJ and the crew here. It is 6:01 on a Monday morning. I want to start the show just a little differently today. I'd like to just throw out a word and use that word in a sentence, all right? All right, let's try. Rox, I'm going to give you the first shot at this.
Okay.
It's a brand new game.
Monday morning. Ooh, okay.
Brand new game here on the MJ Morning Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Use That Word in a Sentence. Welcome, Roxanne. Roxanne is from Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, okay. Why Phoenix? I have flown out of that airport so many times. I feel like I know it.
Where were you? You were born here? Where were you born?
Tampa.
You were
Right
born
here.
in Tampa Bay. All right. Hey, you learn something new every day.
Nice to meet you.
Roxanne has 2 children. She's been engaged for, it seems like, 37 years. Not married. Will she ever get married? Should I get this? Should I get this personal on the contestant intro on the game show? What do you think?
Yeah. It's funny. Yesterday, my daughter was like, "Mommy, can you guys get married tomorrow?" And I go ask your father. And he goes, "Go ask your mother. Go ask your father."
All right.
So,
are you
continue.
ready? Are you ready to play? Use that word in a sentence.
So far, it's a terrible game. So far, it's interrogation is what it is.
I'm interrogating the contestant. All right. Roxanne, here is your first word. Use this in a sentence. The word is concussed. Concussed. Use the word concussed in a sentence.
I hate it when I get concussed right before I go to bed because they tell you you're not supposed to sleep if you have a concussion, if you've been concussed.
Very specific. It's very, very, very specific. Obviously, this whole game show ruse was built around the fact that, Roxanne, you think you're concussed?
I do.
Oh, my God. You got a conclusion? A concussion?
Oh, Froggy's back from his medical issue. Hey, Froggy, I didn't see you sneak in here. How you doing, buddy?
You did. You looked right at me.
I didn't register. You were gone like half the show on Thursday. Friday you took off, and I didn't really register. You walked in.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, I am. Back to Meredith. Jesus.
Back to Meredith?
I just saw Meredith in the kitchen.
Talk about
Back to Roxanne.
Talk about concussed.
Yeah, right? Concussion. Talk about brain injuries.
Oh my God, back to Meredith.
All right.
Back to Roxanne and her concussion.
Back to 2022.
Good job, Jason the buffoon boy.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Roxanne, you're confused with Meredith and Roxanne?
Yeah, no. I just saw Meredith.
All right.
I'm concussed.
Finishing that conversation.
So you are concussed?
Yeah.
Or you think you're concussed?
I think I am. Last night, I was just getting ready to go to bed, and I was sitting with the girls, and Daviana popped up. She was to my left, popped up and bonked her head into my brow bone.
Oh.
So hard that it knocked my lights out. Like, when you see the flash of light?
Hey, you get like little, like sparkles.
Yes.
Right?
I saw sparkles.
You saw the sparkles.
You see birdies flying around your head going tweet, tweet, like an old cartoon?
I call them twinklies. I've had it before, too. You see the twinklies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
sparkles.
quite alarming.
It's like someone lit one of those little sparklers.
Right by the side of your eye.
Exactly.
Or in your brain.
Yeah.
And so she did that, and I screamed. And Doug's like, well, the good thing is Daviana's not hurt because the person who inflicts it doesn't get hurt as much, which is true.
What?
That's sort of like the headbutting, the headbutting theory, right?
Yes.
The person that does the headbutt, they don't get the same injury that the buttee, the person that receives it.
Definitely the buttee.
Yeah.
In that one. And so it started to swell up. I put ice on it. But then I started to do some more prep work, and I was like, I can't be doing this because they specifically tell you, do not look at computers, do not try to use your brain if you are indeed concussed.
Who?
If you are in deep concussed.
Indeed.
No, indeed concussed. Oh. Yeah. So.
Or deep.
I wasn't aware of that. I've always heard that you shouldn't go to sleep right away.
That too. So
I have heard that, though. So.
Oh,
all right. Are you?
Bear with me.
Are you?
Nothing wrong with a concussion, you know.
Do you feel like your mental faculties are reduced?
No, but it was weird. I got really angry when it happened, and I started swearing really bad. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's pain. Pain makes you a curse. That's how you get rid of it.
Well, hey, that's true.
Yeah.
Scientifically, we've talked about that numerous times. Again, it just popped up like couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and we've talked about it for years. I remember 5, 8, 10 years ago, we talked about some research that if you get hurt, let's say you smash your finger with a hammer, that when you scream and curse all kinds of 4-letter words, that it reduces the perception of the pain. So did you, when she did it, did you say, you bleep and bleep, 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 bleep?
I didn't address the cuss words at her. Of course not. But just, yeah, I let a lot of them fly.
So let us know. Yes, hurry up.
I pulled up the do's and don'ts for concussion.
Well, why don't you hold on? The do's and don'ts for concussions.
Yes.
All right, good pick there, Fester. Hold on to that thought. We'll get to that next. Oh, also, we were on a plane over the weekend. Michelle and I traveled, and, Michelle had a boob brush incident.
What?
A boob brush.
Was she the brushy or the
Yeah,
brusher?
we'll get into that coming up in just a bit. Hang on. It's going to be a jammed up Monday show here on the MJ Morning Show. Stand by. show. Oh, where's Froggy? I need Froggy next because it's somewhat cannabis related, and I think we're in this safe window where we can talk about it, where I'm not going to get screamed at by Froggy's wife. All right, hold on. I had this story on Friday, but I wanted to wait until Froggy was here to talk about this particular cannabis story. Froggy, is it okay? Can I talk about this now?
I don't care.
It's 6:19 in the morning
I believe you're good.
after we discuss the concussion protocol for Roxanne. So, Roxanne, if you didn't hear this, Roxanne was smashed in the head by her daughter.
Yeah, and she's only like 30-some pounds. I think about NFL linemen smashing each other. They're like 300 pounds.
Yeah, I don't want you to get CTE. We might need to slice up your brain and send it off to that lab and see if they can find it.
Yeah, I'll give you a little sliver.
That
during the
dude
break.
up in Massachusetts, is he still around? What was that?
You know who starred in the CTE movie?
Oh, yeah, Will Smith. That's what I interviewed him for.
What if Will Smith gave Chris Rock CTE by smashing him in the face? Smashing him in the head.
How ironic would all of that have
Yeah,
been?
exactly. All right, if you missed it, Roxanne was, on your couch last night, and your little 4-year-old daughter was just,
No,
what?
this was the baby, the 2.5-year or 2 and change.
Oh, the 2-year-old. Right,
But
listen,
she's got a huge head. She's like 30-some pounds, but I think she's 30 pounds of head.
She's got about a giant alien
Yeah,
head.
she does.
My kid had
Really?
a big head when he was little, too. He had like a Peyton Manning-sized head. I'm like, dude, you need to grow into this. Luckily, he did.
Roxanne and Doug create some big-headed kids.
Yeah, we do.
Both the kids have big heads.
So the kid's acting like a maniac, hopping around like just a out of control monster.
She just, you know what? It's funny you say that because she didn't take her nap yesterday, so she was really acting goofy, and she just kind of jerked back. She was slap happy because she was so tired, and I was trying to settle her, and she jerked back, and that's when she pops me right in the brow bone.
Oh my God! All right, Fester's brought up the concussion do's and don'ts the first few days. Now, how many of these things has Roxanne already violated if she thinks she was concussed?
Okay, like a half a dozen of them. This is from Concussion Ontario.
What?
Concussion Ontario?
There's a website called Concussion Ontario?
I mean, imagine for Canadians with concussions.
Well,
yeah.
what if it's Ontario, California?
Could be. I don't know.
What's the difference between a Canadian concussion and an American concussion?
I
That
think
is a
the
good
Canadian
question.
ones are hockey related.
Yeah, my head, yeah.
Or wait a minute.
Hey.
Or just falling on the ice.
Hey, my head, hey.
Hey, who was the doctor that fell on the ice and cracked his head?
That was the Atkins.
The Atkins guy.
Atkins guy,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. The Atkins diet dude.
Didn't he crack on? He slipped walking down an icy sidewalk?
He did. He walked.
What a way to go.
Fell. Can you imagine that? He was walking on like an icy sidewalk and did the whoop, 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 and fell down, smacked his head, and then he I don't know if he ever regained consciousness.
And the craziest part of it is ice is actually on the Atkins diet. You can have ice.
You can have as much ice as you
much
want.
ice as you want.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever you want, as much ice as you want. All right, now we don't have a lot of time here because I got to talk about Froggy's marijuana issue here. But what are the do's and don'ts? What's
some
important?
of the do's make a lot of sense, like see a doctor right away.
Hold on a minute. Roxanne, did you see a doctor right away?
All right.
No.
Oh, boy. All right, next.
First 48 hours, physical and mental rest.
Have you done that?
I mean,
I don't think so.
No, because we're no.
Take it
Here I
slowly,
am.
returning to daily activities.
Now you hop right back in.
Yep.
Do conserve your energy.
Nope.
Take care of your basic needs.
No,
You-
never.
And then manage stress.
Never.
Never. So
Never.
Roxanne has done nothing on the do list.
Violated all of them.
All right. On the don't list, don't be put in a dark room and avoiding all activity.
No, that's what I'm supposed to do, is be in a dark room.
No, don't be put in a dark room.
Don't.
Avoiding.
Don't be put in a dark room.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think you
can't
did
even
that.
read that
Who's
sentence.
Who's
All right.
going to do that to you?
Don't return to full work or study.
She's
All right,
back.
this isn't exactly
Yeah.
full work anything.
I mean, good
If
point,
you're
but-
digging ditches, you probably shouldn't do that. But talk on a mic?
Yeah, look, also, don't use electronic devices, computers,
Surrounded by
phones,
them.
tablets, TV screens. Don't drive. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, you drove this morning
Yeah.
and you think you're concussed.
And there's the last one, MJ.
Use non-prescription. Oh, don't use non-prescription drugs, including alcohol.
Are you going to drug test me right now?
No,
Lester?
but did you have a
Looking at
glass
me.
of wine after you got concussed?
No,
Yeah.
before.
But why'd you skip the top one? Why'd you skip the very top one?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Don't be woken up every hour. If somebody has a concussion, you're not supposed to wake them up to see if they're okay. Just let them sleep.
Yeah, that old story. Oh, yeah, you can't fall asleep.
It's not true. Okay. I mean, seriously, though, when I went to bed, I was like, if I Bob Saget, I'm, good luck to the family.
That's true.
Like, it does make you worry now that you're going to get a brain bleed or something, right?
Oh, I've had plenty of concussions. No worries.
Did you finish your nightly prayer with, if I Bob Saget, good luck to the family?
You have to hit your head on something hard, then something soft on top of the hard to be Bob Sageted.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was a padded, it has to be a padded thing because it was padded.
What are you saying?
The headboard was
The
padded.
headboard, and
Yes,
the medical
right.
examiner said that he hit his head on something that was hard but covered by something soft.
I don't recall that.
Well, look it up, sucker, because it's
Okay.
true.
No, hold on a minute. I don't recall that. Hey, Coop, can you look that up? I don't recall that.
That was Coop's hypothesis.
No, it was
Was
a
it?
real story.
I
Okay.
recalled him looking like he'd been hit with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
No, remember that was my hypothesis, and like 3 days later, like the experts said that that's what could have happened.
I don't know.
The medical examiner said he has injuries that would be given by a hard surface that's covered by a soft surface.
I don't recall that. I don't remember
You want to
that.
bet?
Yeah,
$1,000
find
bucks.
it.
Yeah,
no,
here
but-
it is. USA Today: Bob Saget's fatal fractures possibly caused by fall on carpeted. ... Hold on, let me click.
No.
Carpeted floor. Incident report says because it would be a soft surface covered over on top of a hard surface.
Yes. Ha!
Maybe that's the attorney for the hotel because
All right.
there's nothing but marble everywhere in the bathroom.
Look at that.
Yeah, something hard covered by something soft.
I
Man.
think
I don't recall that exact language. But
Even
a
a
quote.
squirrel finds his ass every day.
I thank you
Is
for
that how
it.
it goes?
no, it's about
No.
a broken clock.
Every once in a while, a squirrel finds a nut.
A blind squirrel.
Oh, yeah,
Blind
sorry.
squirrel.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Let's not forget the
It's
squirrel's
not
handicap.
squirrel finds his ass?
No,
I mean, the blind squirrel finds his ass all the time, but he has to eat.
every once in a while, a blind squirrel
Squirrel
finds
finds
a
a
nut.
nut.
My
And that
father,
was
used
my
to,
nut.
my father used to say that all the time. Yeah, all right, good for you. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Poor blind squirrel. That must suck.
Oh, man.
I can't find a nut. I can't see anything. I'm
No.
a squirrel.
Guess what? Those are the ones that always get run over in the road. You see the ones that.
The blind ones.
Tell you
with
what.
the cane.
It really is amazing. The number of squirrels that run under our car in our neighborhood when we're driving by. It's like, hey, squirrel, you don't want to avoid this gigantic chunk of like 4,000 pounds of metal?
No, they play with cars. They think
Yeah.
cars are big toys.
They're not risk averse at all.
I swear they do. They like to play with cars and run with them. And then they get run over.
Mhm.
All right. Hey, Froggy, I don't have enough time here to talk about the cannabis issue, so we're going to push it off to the next segment. Minutes away. We're also going to dive into the early chunk of morons in the news. And I don't know what it is. The collection of morons today is spectacular. The diversity of the morons is spectacular. Hold on to that thought. We'll grab it all next. Don't move. And Froggy, I got to run some marijuana stuff by you. Hold
You got
on.
something for me?
Well,
Sweet.
I don't. Hang on. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. the cannabis question for Froggy. And I believe that, I don't know if we've ever discussed this. Now, Froggy smokes weed because of some medical issues, and you have a Florida medical marijuana ID card. Is that correct?
Yes, I legally possess my medication.
Yeah, it's medication, first of all. Don't say he
Right.
smokes
It's not
weed.
like Cheech and Chong days. I mean, come on.
It's not like you're rolling out of that VW bus at Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's my head.
Hey, dude, let's party.
No shoes, no shirt, no way.
No, I think it's
No?
I don't know.
no shirt, no shoes, no dice, right? Is that it? So,
I've never seen that movie.
No dice.
Whoa,
What?
No, I haven't.
You have never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No, I haven't. Or
Are
Cheech and
you
Chong.
high?
Nope, never seen
I'm
that.
in that movie. I play Mr. Vargas. Come on.
How
Is
the
that-
hell have you never seen Fast Times
When
at
did it come out?
What?
like 1982?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to see our movies then.
How you've never
It's been
seen?
on since.
What are you talking about? It's not like it was only in the theater for a week and a half and then it disappeared. Whoa!
No,
Hey,
never
Coop,
seen it.
Coop, our producer, Coop, have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Is that the one with Matthew McConaughey?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Okay,
ask too.
hold
Is
on.
it?
Hold on.
What are we confusing
Stop.
it with?
Everybody stop.
What?
He's confusing Sean Penn with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's Sean Penn. It's not Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I've never seen that.
You've never seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No.
Oh,
No,
wait,
never.
what's the one Matthew McConaughey is in that's about pot?
Where he's like, it'd sure be
Oh.
cool if you did. He's like a stoner or something.
Yeah.
No, that was Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and
Oh,
Confused.
it's the
That's
same
right.
thing, I'm
Yeah.
No,
sure.
it's not the same thing.
It's an 80s movie about high school students.
Fast
It's not
Time-
practically the same.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a classic. How have you never seen that, Roxanne?
It's like Breakfast Club.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
You've never seen Breakfast Club?
Damone, come on.
Damone, what a...
Mike Damone.
I've never seen it. Nope, never seen it. I'll
He
have
had
to put that
something
on the list.
spray painted on the side of his car.
Little.
Yeah.
My dad's a TV repairman. He's got this awesome box of tools. He can fix it.
Fix anything.
Guys, I just started drinking Sanka, so have a heart. I mean, I could quote this movie all day.
Sounds funny.
Oh, my God.
Let me just
You know
quote
what?
it.
You have to watch it. We're going to have to give you an assignment to watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Anyway,
As long as your toes are tapping.
how did we talk? Oh, because
Froggy's in a
we're making a
holder.
Spicoli reference
Yes.
about rolling
Yes.
out of a marijuana, in filled smoke jammed up van. All right. Now, Froggy,
Dude.
when I think of marijuana, I just think of you because of
What?
your medical marijuana need.
That's stupid.
I think we've talked about this in the past, and I think some other airports have it now as well. Are you familiar with the marijuana amnesty boxes that they have at the Chicago airports?
No, but I like that idea. Because I'm sure a lot of people freak out before, or even people have it that they forget they have it.
Here's the deal. Chicago's two airports, O'Hare and Midway, that's where Southwest flies. So there are amnesty boxes where if you're getting on a flight before you get to the TSA, you can place the marijuana that you might be carrying into an amnesty box. Now, marijuana, recreational marijuana, it is legal in Illinois. So it was fully legalized. Marijuana is legal. However,
Would they have a locker for you?
you're not allowed to carry marijuana on an airplane because that becomes federal. You're not allowed to fly marijuana from state to state.
I think you are in your checked bag.
I don't think so. Where you? Wait,
Oh, let's be clear.
yeah,
You can.
Hey, it's
Okay.
crazy wrong legal advice with Roxanne.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can bring crack on a plane, too.
Roxanne will get you jailed. Listen to Roxanne's
Wait a second.
ridiculous, off the wall, nonsensical legal advice. Roxanne, quote, I think it's legal to.
Listen,
to
my ski instructor told me it was legal.
what?
Yeah, dude, I swear it's legal. Put these on. You look
Yeah.
hot.
Your ski instructor in Aspen?
Yes, I asked him all about this. I was just like, so what happens? Because it's really hard to wrap your brain around that it is just commonplace. People just eat
Well,
gummies, and
what's
they
hard to wrap your brain around? What?
So
So they do this all the time. So this is their life in Colorado. And then so I said, well, what happens if you go to the airport and you've purchased something here where it's legal and then you're taking it home with you? And he said, you just have to make sure it's in your check.
That's not true. You can't. You're not allowed to just put marijuana in your checked luggage.
That's what he told me.
No.
We'll end up where
yeah.
that basketball player is.
Okay, first of all, that
Yeah,
was Russia.
Follow some stoned ass ski instructor. That's great. So your ski instructor was a stoner?
No, it's not that he was a stoner. It's just everybody in Colorado
Is.
is.
Yeah, when everybody's the stoner, then
It's just
the
society.
The word stoner
No,
doesn't exist
exactly.
You cannot just put marijuana in your checked luggage. That
Good
is
to
just
know.
totally wrong, false information.
But I mean, are you sure?
Federally, you're not allowed to travel with marijuana. That's why they put these amnesty boxes at the Chicago airports. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, it's not a new story.
Right.
They did this back in 2020. So after the illegality of recreational pot was lifted in the beginning of 2020, in Chicago, they put these boxes at the airports, marijuana amnesty boxes. So you don't go through the TSA checkpoint. You don't get on an airplane with marijuana. You put it in the box. It's like an amnesty deal so you don't potentially get in trouble federally. The reason why I'm bringing this damn thing up again is after over 2 years. This is crazy. Do you know how many people have placed marijuana in these amnesty boxes? 2 years. 2 airports, Chicago O'Hare and Midway.
0.
Well, no, that's
I bet you a bunch of people do. Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can you get it when you come back?
no.
It's not like a locker.
No.
I'm thinking of like a locker.
Hey, dude, can you hold my stash? I'll be back in a week.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What do they do with it? They trash it, or the airport people take
Yes.
it?
No, they destroy it.
I'm sure.
All right, here's why this is a story. In 2 years, 2 major airports,
Yeah.
only 34 collections have been made.
Really?
It's hilarious.
34. You've got millions and millions and millions. How many? Look up the air traffic at O'Hare. O'Hare, used to be the busiest airport in the country. Now Atlanta has that honor. But you must have, 50 million people going through O'Hare Airport in a given year? Look it up for me, Fester. Number of passengers per year, O'Hare. Number of passengers, I would guess 50 million people a year. Just an enormous, crazy number. So see if you can find that. And this is 2 airports. It's Midway and O'Hare. Only 34 freaking people put marijuana in the amnesty box.
Well, ski instructor Alex must be spreading the word in Chicago, too, that you can travel with it.
You can't travel with it. You're not allowed to fly interstate with marijuana. That is a federal issue.
All right, in the millions.
Yes.
In 2019, over 80 million passengers went through O'Hare Airport.
All right. I guessed 50 million. It is 30 million more than I even guessed. And only 34 people between 2 airports put marijuana in the amnesty box.
In 2020, only 25 million went through.
That is insane. Only half the logs show that either cannabis, suspected cannabis, or some other green leafy substance was recovered. There also, people were throwing just regular trash in there as well. And then, wait a minute, this is great. Early on, they had like these wooden boxes that were not very secure. And some people were just taking the pot out of the amnesty box and just walking away with it.
Yeah.
And then that caused them to put these metal boxes, which were more like mailboxes, where you open it up, you throw it down the slot, and you can't like reach in and just take the marijuana out.
Oh my gosh, how great. Come back from a trip and just pop your hand in, ready for a fun night.
That is insane. A passenger at Midway took a picture of an amnesty box and then took the pot before a cop could empty the pot.
Yeah.
This was early on, and that's what caused them to put in the metal boxes so people couldn't take the marijuana from the amnesty box. Unbelievable. So, Froggy, I directed that story toward you because if you're ever traveling and you happen to find yourself with some marijuana, whether it's recreational or medicinal and medical with your situation, they have the amnesty boxes. I just don't want you to get on an airplane and potentially
I've never traveled with it. I don't have the guts. I rely on alcohol when I travel. I'll bring a nice bottle of Jameson. It'll do me just right.
What,
I'm too afraid to
Wait a
fly
minute.
with it.
You bring a bottle of Jameson?
Well, it depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to the backwoods of Alabama, I'll bring it with me. If I'm going to Chicago, I'll buy one. You know.
I was gonna say there are liquor stores all over the place. For you
Not
to
some
buy
of the places I go.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are pretty sparse.
You ever go to any dry counties?
Yeah. No.
No alcohol, no dancing, like Footloose or something. No dancing. What was it? Before we take the break? And
Speaking of movies I've never seen.
you never saw Footloose?
No way.
Really?
And I never will.
Okay. All right. Before we take a break, and we'll get into morons in the news coming up because I've got a pile here. So early morons in the news, just slightly delayed this morning. What is the most ass backwards place you've ever traveled with your shelving business?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Probably the middle of Alabama. Maybe Goodwater, Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama's hard to beat.
Goodwater, Alabama.
Yeah, where there's one barbecue restaurant. It's behind a gas station.
That's it.
And
Is it a dry county?
No, it is not.
Okay, all right, very
People
good.
need to indulge.
All right. I just love the cannabis boxes. Millions, tens of millions, and 34 things have been deposited.
That's hilarious.
And not necessarily even all 34 were actually marijuana.
I'm sure.
Everybody in Chicago that works there is just getting toked up on it.
Not really. Only 34 people.
Yeah, you're
Not
right.
like there's a ton of crap in there. All right, early morons in the news are next, and it is a pretty damn good pile today. Good stash coming up in just a minute. Now, if you're 6:59, rolling up on 7 o'clock. Here on a Monday, we have Bon Jovi tickets to give away in like 22 minutes. Yeah, like sometime between now and 7:20, we'll give away Bon Jovi tickets. So, hey, Coop, is there any specifics on how to give them away, or just it's up to me however I want to give the Bon Jovi tickets away?
Yep, it's up to you.
Interesting.
They give us full creative freedom.
And of course, Bon Jovi is going to be here in Tampa on Friday at Amalie. This Friday, April 15th. Bon Jovi. Guess who's going to be there, Roxanne?
Who? Oh, you, Chloe.
No, Chloe's up in New Hampshire.
I didn't know she was going to go to the concert with her.
No, Chloe's up in New Hampshire going to college. No, I'm going to be at Bon Jovi with Michelle.
Nice.
We were invited by some friends to go to the concert.
Are you going to catch up with him after the show since he's kind of a friend?
Well, no, he's not. I don't know him. I mean, Chloe.
By proxy.
Chloe's friends with Jake
Right.
Bon Jovi. The second to youngest Bon Jovi kid. But I don't think I'm going to necessarily just hang backstage with. You know, a lot of the artists are not doing meet and greets because of COVID.
Still, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I know that, like Justin Bieber, for instance. Bieber was in town.
The Biebs was here, huh?
The Biebs was here. Was it Friday or Saturday? I think
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, the Biebs was
So
in town.
good.
And Justin Bieber did not do meet and greets. Apparently, there are no meet and greets on the tour because they're trying to like limit any potential COVID exposure. If you have, for instance, you have a road crew and you have a very tight environment of people that you're around, you can constantly test folks on the road and you can make sure that you do your best to limit COVID exposure, because you don't want, Bieber getting COVID and then it could put the kibosh on the tour for like 10 days or even longer. So
Yeah.
what do? You limit the possibility of getting exposed. So I know that Bieber, for instance, on this entire tour, there are no backstage meet and greets with what would be the weakest link, and that's getting into a room with people that just show up with backstage passes,
Right.
not knowing who the hell they are, where the hell they came from. Oh, yeah, can I get a picture? Can I stand right next to you? So a lot of these artists, while concerts are back in full swing, a lot of these artists are not doing the backstages and the meet and greets, that kind of deal.
See, some artists have been doing it like that for a long time because they're old curmudgeons. I remember when I went to go see Willie Nelson, they were very specific. Hey, listen, Willie doesn't want to meet anybody.
The Beach Boys didn't want to meet anybody either
The
a few
Beach
months
Boys,
ago.
Froggy and I went to the Beach Boys, but it's post-COVID now.
Yeah.
So it's a different protocol.
No, but that's true. Even before COVID.
Some people just are jerks.
Yeah. Well, no, listen.
Lou Bega didn't want to meet anybody when he came. We just talked about him.
Yeah, Lou Bega. Mambo number 5. Yeah, with all of his stardom. Now, really, a lot of your seasoned pros, a lot of these big bands that have been around for years and years and years, yeah, they're not into the meet and greet game much anymore. Now, listen, if you're a friend or if you have like a really good connection to the artist, then maybe.
Different story.
But those cattle call meet and greets for the big celebrities, yeah.
They let a radio station pass for a meet and greet.
I don't even know if Bon Jovi does meet and greets. Listen, if there's a friend in a city or a friend of a friend, hey, can they go backstage and meet you? Maybe, but I don't think, like for Bon Jovi these days, there are any organized, meet and greets where the record companies are bringing radio station winners back,
I hosted a meet and greet one time
Yeah, for which band?
for what I believe is one of the biggest artists of our time,
What at?
Okay.
Kelly Clarkson.
Ah, Kelly Clarkson!
Yeah. So Kelly Clarkson's she's at the amphitheater.
Kelly Clarkson! I challenge you. Kelly Clarkson! Yeah, what I was going to say is I challenge you to tell my reenactment from the original. Kelly Clarkson!
It's pretty good.
Kelly Clarkson! Come on, you can't tell the difference.
Can't tell.
Okay, the
can't-
second one was MJ. The second one was MJ.
The first one was
Steve
Steve
Carell?
Carell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So,
100% right.
We're doing this meet and greet with Kelly Clarkson. I have like 20 listeners in this back room huddled up behind the amphitheater. And Kelly Clarkson walks in, and I believe she's very talented. I believe she's a great singer. She walks in. She was over this whole thing. She's like, "Oh, come on, let's go."
Really?
She was just tired. She was.
Was
getting ready.
she vocal about it? Was she like showing her dismay to like the people that were so excited to meet her?
You can see that she was polite, but you can see just by the look on her face that there was a million places she'd rather be than right now, taking this time, 10 minutes before she's about to perform. How you doing?
Oh, she did it before?
She did it
Oh,
before.
that's tough.
She did
Yeah.
the meet and greet before, and she walked in barefooted, which always stuck with me.
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
Did she have 7-Eleven feet?
I imagine. I mean,
No.
walking around that amphitheater, yeah, sure. But again,
She walked in barefoot?
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
and she's
Wow.
like 5 feet tall. She's like a big midget.
Kelly Clarkson.
Was Justin Guarini there?
No, oh God, I wish.
Early morons in the news. We're running late with the early morons in the news. So, bottom line, Bon Jovi, we will have tickets in minutes. Keep listening. In this segment, sometime we'll give away Bon Jovi tickets. Concert this Friday night at Emily. We'll give you a shot at tickets in just a few minutes. Keep listening. All right, early morons in the news. Just running a little late today. Man, this story's got a little bit of everything. This guy is just out of control. Altoona, Pennsylvania. This story was made for morons in the news. A guy in Pennsylvania, this guy is just racking up the charges with his little escapades that happened recently. This guy assaulted a bunch of people at Nick's Grab and Go. You know, when you want some cold beer, you want some, potato chips. Where do you want a 5-hour energy? Where do you go?
Nick's Grab and Go.
Nick's Grab and Go. Yep.
Altoona's favorite.
Yeah, Altoona, when you think about convenience store shopping, it's Nick's Grab and Go. This guy, I don't know, first of all, where he got some of these items, which are crazy. Carlos Ortiz, 47-year-old guy, went to Nick's Grab and Go, began to physically attack customers and struck employees. Guy goes in the store and just starts hitting people. Starts hitting customers, starts hitting employees, starts hitting vehicles.
He thought it was like grab and rough him up and go.
He was grabbing plastic signs. I guess plastic signs that advertising whatever.
Yeah, Doritos or buy one get one free or
He
something
was
like that.
he was grabbing the plastic signs, and then he was hitting people also with the plastic signs. Then he announces inside Nick's Grab and Go, "I've got a gun,"
Oh, God.
and then threatens to shoot one of the victims that he had already hit.
This is when you go
Right.
from Nick's as opposed to grab.
Wait a minute, it gets better. There's a reason why this is morons in the news. A female employee tried to get this guy Ortiz to get the hell out. He then struck her with a plastic sign, pushed her up against the wall. He then chased after her when she tried to run back inside. Ortiz then broke the mirror off of somebody's car. You know, you get the side view mirrors.
Ooh.
The guy just grabbed somebody's
That's a grab.
mirror in the parking lot. You know, someone's just parked in the parking lot of Nick's Grab and Go. They just want to go and grab something, and they end up having their mirror snapped off the side of their car.
When did this happen?
This happened a week and a half ago.
Okay, so before a week and a half ago.
Yes.
According to Yelp.
Yep.
What number ranked convenience store in the town of Altoona do you think Nick's Grab and Go is?
Oh, really? According
Yeah.
to Yelp?
According to Yelp,
Mm.
I typed in Altoona convenience stores, Nick's Grab and Go. And mind you, there's probably 30 convenience stores in Altoona. I don't know.
I got to say that Nick's Grab and Go is just it's an Altoona, Pennsylvania favorite. I'm going to guess Nick's Grab and Go is number 5.
Ooh, number 5.
Yeah, is that wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong. That's a.
Oh, boy.
It's number 10.
Oh,
Number 10.
Hey, he made the top 10.
He's
That's
very
good.
Yeah. Well, by the way, what is the number 1 convenience store in Altoona, Pennsylvania? Coming in at number 1, it's Rutter's.
A place called Rudders.
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 And
wow.
Nick's Grab and Go is not to be confused with Get Go.
Oh,
which
there's
is
a Get Go. Oh, very
Get-Go.
good. Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. There's a reason why this is in Morons of the News.
All right.
It gets even better. The payoff is coming, folks. So he snaps a mirror off the car. He's smashing people. He's threatening to shoot people. So then he goes back inside the store and hits another female employee, then punches a customer, a man, in the face. Cops finally show up to Nick's Grab and Go, but they find him outside climbing up the fire escape of an adjacent building. Then he throws rocks at the cops. He's on the fire escape, and he's throwing rocks at the police officer. So at some point, I guess he was able to arm himself with rocks. He's throwing them at the cops. Then he climbs onto the roof of this building. He proceeds to throw a toilet off the roof of the building.
What an awesome building with a toilet on the roof.
Where the hell? There was a toilet bowl on the roof of the building.
Got some privacy.
He
Or not privacy.
hurls a toilet off the roof of the freaking building.
That's
What
gotta
le-
be an awkward throw.
What lazy guy.
He threw a paint can. He also found the chimney cap. He threw a chimney cap.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, I would assume that he had
On
a
the
chimney
roof.
cap. But there's a toilet on the roof of the building. You know, a toilet, that is a deadly freaking weapon.
Oof.
A hard, heavy porcelain toilet being thrown off a roof? That's like a David Letterman stunt. Remember back in the day, they used to throw crap off the roof of the
3-story tower.
the Ed Sullivan building, Ed Sullivan Theater in New York. Then he broke this. It gets better. Then he breaks out a window of a third-floor apartment, I guess, goes inside. Cops were finally able to grab him. He was just charged with a litany of stuff. I mean, just hitting people, just absolutely out of control. All right, you ready for a very, very Florida traffic stop?
Always.
In Naples, a little south of us, a 31-year-old guy was arrested on Friday. They found him in possession of firearms, drugs. This is in Collier County. But what do you think made this traffic stop very, very Florida? Now, keep in mind, very common. Florida, traffic stop, drugs, guns. Hey, that's maybe like every third traffic stop. But what made this particular traffic stop extra Florida special?
Oh, gosh. Is there an alligator with him?
Yes,
Yes.
there was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a pure guess? I knew. I couldn't say
I
it.
had no idea.
Dude,
Yes. I had no
Yes.
idea. I'm trying to think.
What a
A
guess.
live alligator.
It was an alligator.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Michael Marola of Naples, the front seat passenger, I guess, was arrested. Police found a live baby alligator in an open plastic tub in the bed of the pickup truck. They also found 2 firearms. They found loaded syringes that tested positive for meth.
Oh,
All right, hold on. If it's in a little plastic tub, was it like a 1-foot gator? Like a little baby
It was
baby?
it was a baby alligator. And, folks, they found syringes with meth. And, of course, this is Monday.
6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream.
Yeah, you were.
I thought I heard MJ talk about crystal methamphetamine.
And an alligator, by the way.
It's just another meth lab Monday. The crooks are on the run day. The cops are gonna come day. It's gonna be a fun day.
Hey, not just-
It's just another meth lab Monday.
Yeah, not just the cops. They also called Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. They grabbed the alligator out of the back of the pickup truck.
What do they do with the gator? Do they put it back in the lake or something?
I don't know. Why don't you call down there and ask what Florida Wildlife did with the gator?
I have a feeling I know what
Why
they
don't
do
you
with
ask
the
him?
gator.
I love this story. An Easter bunny at a mall assaulted a cop? Come on.
Usually
Really?
it's Santa Claus is doing stuff like that.
An Easter bunny, a guy working as the Easter bunny at the mall, this is in Fairview Heights, Illinois, arrested for assaulting a cop.
Oh, remember that video of the Easter Bunny just beating the hell
Out of a father?
out of a guy in the middle of the street?
Oh,
Have you seen that video?
You know what?
What's up with the Easter Bunny just kicking the crap out of people?
what's going on here? Yeah, so cops said that this man assaulted a female police officer, then ran through the mall. This happened Thursday night about 7 o'clock. When officers caught up with him, they believed that he was a threat. They had to tase him.
Oh, no.
So,
What?
now, what would have made this really, really great is if the man was still in the Easter Bunny costume. He was already out of the furry costume.
Oh.
Yeah, see, that would have been, and then
Oh yeah, that's you got to be like this guy.
Hold on.
If
This is from 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Just hit,
right.
hit pause on the
Let me
video.
pause it up.
We'll get to that in a second. Let me finish with this. The guy whose name was not released yet was dressed as a bunny
Oh.
earlier in the day, but during this altercation where he was tased and he hit a police officer, he was already out of the bunny suit. Yeah, we don't know what led up to the assault. That hasn't been released yet. The department in Fairview Heights, Illinois, released this statement that said this is an ongoing investigation with the Fairview Heights Police Department. This was an isolated incident, and the police are investigating. A St. Clair Square Mall spokesperson said they use an outside company called Cherry Hill Programs. They're the ones that hire the Easter bunnies at the mall. You know, I'm sure they also provide the Santa Clauses as well. No, but seriously, you've got companies that specialize
in providing that talent.
Yeah, you've got companies that staff the Santa Clauses and the Easter bunnies at malls all across the country. But can you imagine that? Man, that would have been very special if the Easter bunny was tased. Well,
You can't get through the costume.
Well, no, that's what I was going to ask next. Will a police taser? Let's say the Easter bunny guy is in the Easter bunny outfit, center court at the mall, and the altercation occurs. If the cops had to deploy the taser, would the taser go through the costume?
That would be what you would want to wear not to get tased. That kind of thick padding.
I mean, taser.
Like, look at the video of this bunny and how thick his costume is.
All right, so I don't know how Froggy remembered this, but where's ABC 7, MJ?
There are tons of ABC7.
Okay,
There's ABC7.
It's right above ABC 6.
There's ABC7 in New York. There's ABC7 in Los Angeles.
I
There's
take it back.
in Chicago. All
right, this is ABC 7 New York.
Right.
This is a Florida story, though.
What?
So, yeah, Easter Bunny who broke up a fight in Florida has a criminal record and a New Jersey warrant.
Well, you know what? I think I remember this. Roll the audio. Let me hear this.
Easter Bunny. You may have seen the cell phone video capturing a brawl between a man dressed in the furry costume hopping into action to break up a fight. Well, today the bunny has been unmasked, and it turns out this isn't the first run-in with the law. Anthony Johnson has details of the arrest warrant out of New Jersey.
A bunny brawl. Watch the fur fly as this feisty man wearing an Easter bunny costume with the flopping ears and all hops on a person attacking a woman in Orlando. The fur ball's gnawing blows enough to save the victim and become a viral sensation.
Hey, Easter Bunny, go!
Our costume character.
Go, buddy! Go, buddy!
This weekend, yes, bar hopping, when they happened upon the brawl. Problem is, our bunny hero is also a suspected car thief. His whereabouts were unknown until this video surfaced, and the bunny came out of his burrow to talk to the media about his paws of fury.
But I got over there, tried to break up the fight, and then with me trying to break up the fight, it led him to get on top of her and hit her. So then I had to try different methods, basically, to break up the fight, which actually worked.
What also worked was exposing his identity, because Anton McDonald has been on the land since last October after being accused in a number of car break-ins in New Jersey, including one in the Summerfield development in South Brunswick.
All right, hit pause.
Down.
Oh, so he broke into car thief in New Jersey. He skipped town.
Goes to Florida.
Then
becomes Easter Bunny.
The story goes viral. You have news stations picking up the Easter Bunny brawl a couple of years ago. You know what? I remember this now. And then he is doing interviews, and then he was recognized as, hey, whoa, that's a car thief from New Jersey. Wow, look at that.
As ridiculous as that story is, it kind of gets lost in us. That was some really great writing by that reporter describing all that.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah. That was a great reporter. And those right hands and left hooks by the bunny.
The boxing by the bunny?
It was unbelievable.
If you're running from the police, a full bunny costume is actually the perfect job.
Yeah, Easter Bunny police stories. I'm sorry, that's just comedy. That is that's gold right there. All right, final early moron in the news story. Then we'll give away some Bon Jovi tickets here in a second. Ooh, what happens when Dad opens up your box from Amazon and it contains something that you don't want Dad to see? Got another brawl here, folks. An Amazon package arrives late last week. It was ordered by an 18-year-old young woman. The 18-year-old young woman's father, a 50-year-old guy, opens up the Amazon package, and it contains a strap-on blank.
Oh, I think we figured that one out.
Holster?
It
Strap-on
contained
holster?
inside the. I guess you can order anything from Amazon. Inside the Amazon box was a strap-on blank.
Funny nose?
A strap-on.
Yeah.
What were those strap-on cameras? You strap them on and you
There
go
you
on a
go.
roller
I'm going to
coaster.
recuse.
Victoria Marson.
Why is Roxanne recusing?
Victoria Marson is the young woman's name. And I guess the father was very surprised by what was inside the box. My God. And they got into an argument. She starts yelling at him, began to kick and punch him several times.
Oh, no.
The teenager reportedly told her father, "I'm going to kill you. I hate you."
Dad, oh my God, what are you doing, Dad?
Cops called, visible bruising on the dad's right cheek, scrape on his nose.
My goodness.
Asked if this Marson had previously assaulted or battered him. The father said yes.
Yes.
What other box he opened up and what the hell was inside of that?
She
My
beats me.
God.
I found this thing with a strap in the Amazon box from Jeff Bezos.
Strap-on blank. Oh, what could that possibly be?
Oh, awful.
Oh, my God. You imagine your dad opens up that box with that device inside.
At least it wasn't his son.
Whew. That's
At least it wasn't his son's. I mean, you know. I mean,
More
I don't know.
questions.
just when you think things couldn't be any different.
And that's why we call them morons in the news. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do Bon Jovi tickets. Bon Jovi going to be in Amalie this Friday night. This Friday night, Amalie Arena, Bon Jovi, the 2022 tour is in progress, and we got tickets right now. Let's go with caller 50. Caller 50. Caller 50 right now. You've got Bon Jovi tickets from the MJ Morning Show and Q105. Caller 50, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Stand by. When we get back, the grocery grab. What is the grocery grab? Also, we got to get Michelle on. We had a little boob brush incident on the airplane over the weekend, and a whole lot more, folks, next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. You know what? My God. Hey, Coop, the phones went nuts on the Bon Jovi tickets.
Yeah, they're still ringing, but we do have a winner. It's Trisha from Tarpon Springs.
And she was excited, Fester said.
Oh yeah, she was freaking out.
All right, so Krista, Tarpon Springs, right?
No, Trisha.
I'm sorry. Trisha in Tarpon Springs. Congratulations, Trisha. You got the Bon Jovi tickets. Bon Jovi here Friday night in Amalie. And there'll be another pair with Mason at 3.
Something just popped into my head.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on to that thought for 1 second. What was I saying?
Something about
Mason.
Mason has him at 320.
Thank you. All right, so Mason.
But wait, MJ, I have something to say.
Hey,
Sorry.
hang on a second.
Was that bad?
All right,
bad
so
time?
Mason at 3:20 this afternoon.
You know, something I really want to talk about, MJ. It's been on my heart for a while. I really want to vent it out with the guys.
More Bon Jovi tickets, and then we're doing it. Is it all week?
All week long. Yep, 7:20 and 3:20.
All right, so 7:20 in the morning, we'll give away Bon Jovi tickets, and then 3:20 in the afternoon, Bon Jovi tickets all week long here on the MJ Morning Show and with Mason on Q105. Yes, Roxanne.
But it just popped into my head when I was looking at you.
I guess it did.
Chloe strikes again on your IG.
That would be true. Chloe strikes again. That is correct. Yes, I got hacked again by Chloe. So obviously you saw it.
I did see it.
Fester, you didn't see it?
Okay, I'm going through your. Okay, I'm going to the Instagram right now.
Right there.
All right. Okay.
You remind me of Baby Daviana.
All right, this isn't my friend MJ. This isn't him.
Yes.
Wait, was it your idea to put those things on your eyes? Like, do you sleep with that?
Well, Chloe.
Always?
No.
Okay. I was going to say.
All right, here's the deal. I fell asleep on Chloe's bed in her dorm room up in New Hampshire on Saturday afternoon. Just a little tired. We flew up Friday night to Boston. Then we drove up to New Hampshire again. Chloe had a soccer game on Saturday night. And before the game, we were in Chloe's dorm. So Michelle and I in Chloe's dorm. And we brought up these huge duffel bags to help bring things back. Because Chloe really is only a little over a month left of this whole semester. So she's got to vacate the dorm. And we have these massive duffel bags. And with Delta, we flew Delta, you know, I get a couple of bags free since I'm a medallion member. So I get to check, I think, 3 bags free. So instead of like UPSing or FedExing all this junk back or putting a lot of it in storage.
We'll let Delta do the work.
We're bringing the stuff back. So we have these massive duffel bags. So Michelle and Chloe were in Chloe's dorm room, and they're filling up the duffels, and we're just going to bring them back, check them on the airplane, and that's that. Well, during the process, they're in the room. They're going through all her junk in her dorm room. Chloe's got a single, and I was tired. So I laid down on Chloe's bed. I noticed that on her nightstand, she had that little, what do you call that? The blindfold. She had the sleeping
eye mask.
Eye mask. She had the block out the light eye mask on her nightstand. So I grabbed it, I put it on, and I just laid down while Michelle and Chloe were going through her whole room, figuring out what she's going to keep, what we're going to bring back in the checked luggage, and I fell asleep. In the meantime, Chloe grabs my phone. And this is the situation where the kids are always looking over your shoulder to see what your password is. Clearly, Chloe knows my latest password on my cell phone, you know, the unlock thing for the unlock screen. And she grabbed my cell phone while I was napping on her dorm bed. So Michelle, I'm sure, was giggling up a storm as well. I'm flat on my back. I have the eye mask on. I think it actually says night.
It does,
I think,
yeah.
I think
can
it
see
says
the night on the...
It's NITE. It's like night.
Was that comfortable to you? I can't use those. For
Oh,
some
the eye
reason.
mask was fine. It blocked that fog. They've got the bright lights on in the dorm room while they're cleaning up and trying to figure out what to bring back. So I'm sleeping. I put her little eye mask on, and then while I was napping, Chloe took her little rainbow unicorn stuffed animal,
a little stuffy,
and puts it in my arm, so it looks like I'm like sleeping with a whoopee or something. Like I'm sleeping. I've got this little stuffed animal whoopee unicorn, and Chloe then snaps a picture of me, and then of course she's in my phone She takes a picture with my phone. She goes to my Instagram and then posts the picture of me sleeping with this little, I'm embracing a little unicorn-tailed stuffed animal.
So sweet.
Yeah, before I read the caption, I just thought that's how you roll.
No,
You're
I-
always taking pictures
No.
like with Scout and Rumor like that, all cuddly.
Scout and
Or
Rumor.
Gatsby.
Okay,
Those
oh my God.
Those are Bruce Willis's
Oh
kids.
my God, Roxanne.
Scout and Rumor.
MJ has 2 dogs.
Yeah, Scout and Gatsby.
Scout and Gatsby.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think Bruce Willis has a kid named Gatsby.
The 2 daughters that he has with Demi Moore.
If he does, he doesn't remember it.
So Chloe on my Instagram with me sleeping with an eye mask and hugging a little unicorn stuffed animal. Chloe then posts this. Long time no hack. Hey, it's Chloe.
Ah, she's making her own intro. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's original.
This is Dad snoozing with his favorite stuffed animal, my fluffy unicorn, on my dorm bed. Should I wake him up for the clams he is craving or let him sleep? Anyway, people seem to love when Chloe executes the hacks.
I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of Chloe using, hey, it's Chloe.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chloe.
All right, don't say it
Yeah.
in Fat Albert voice.
Well, when you think of, hey, oh, that's right. Oh,
Don't say it in Fat Albert.
that's right. I don't want Bill Cosby drugging up college kids, right?
Okay, I was thinking more
Oh,
of just
boy.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Fat Albert.
Sorry to taint it with Bill Cosby.
I wasn't even thinking about Bill
Yeah,
Cosby.
exactly. And listen, what really brought his whole situation and the whole jail sentence to light, he drugged up a college sports coach, right? It was like the
Yeah.
assistant coach for
Temple?
Temple University women's basketball team. He drugged her allegedly.
With a pudding pop.
I don't
Bob,
think,
why'd you have some of this?
I don't think it was a pudding pop. But, all right, folks, if you want to see Chloe hacking my phone again, you want to see me, MJ, in a compromising position, if you want to see me sleeping on her dorm bed with an eye mask and I'm clutching a little rainbow-tailed stuffed animal unicorn, yes, the hack is on my Instagram at Certified Todd Schnitt. And again, you never know what's going to pop up on my Instagram like that, or when I shoot an Instagram live, whatever. All of my video, and not all of them, but a good chunk, I put amazing videos of my scuba diving in the Red Sea a couple of weeks back. If you want to see a turtle, you want to see a dolphin, come right up to me, a giant Pacific bottlenose dolphin. You want to see an octopus 2 feet in front of my face, skirting along a reef, and the octopus with tentacles, and it changes colors. All the videos, you never know what's going to happen. Follow my Instagram. My personal is Certified Todd Schnitt. So the word certified, then my real name is Todd Schnitt, TODD SCHNITT, and you can see what Chloe took a picture of me and the whole hack. It's all on my Instagram, Certified Todd Schnitt. And, of course, follow the morning show as well. Our Instagram for the MJ Morning Show is MJ Morning Show. So give us a follow there as well. Yeah, Fester.
No, it's just crazy we bring up Bill Cosby out of the blue with Chloe and her, hey, it's
Yep.
Chloe.
Yep.
And Will Smith, on Friday, it came down that the Oscars banned him for a decade.
Yeah, I have that right here. So,
All right.
yeah.
So over the weekend, I saw a ancillary story of other celebrities who've been banned from the Oscars.
Hold
And
on.
It's a
two
list.
names just jump out at me, and one of them we just mentioned.
All right, hang on a minute.
Who could it be? I'm not going to the Oscars.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was actually a very well-timed segue because I have the Will Smith pile right here. It was just before 3 o'clock on Friday. It was like 2:45. News broke that the Academy, the board at the Academy, they banned Will Smith from the Oscars for 10 years. I think that's pretty harsh. Now, should it have included more? Should they have stripped the Oscar away? You know, when you think about it, and Michelle and I had the conversation again over the weekend. We were driving from New Hampshire back down to Boston Logan, and Michelle and I were having a conversation, and it's like, you know, just what the hell was this guy thinking? I mean, Will Smith always, you know, pictured as, you know, this clean-cut Hollywood guy that just doesn't get in trouble. You know, people like Will Smith. You know, kind of a freaky marriage. I mean, that is totally freakified.
Freaky up until only very recently. We thought it was a perfect marriage for the first couple dozen or so years. You didn't hear anything coming out, and then you hear all these other rumors coming out. Like, oh my!
Yeah, Michelle, and we got to have Michelle on in a few minutes because Michelle was the victim of a little boob brush on the
Oh,
airplane.
she's the victim. Okay.
Yeah, well, hang on a minute. Michelle was boob brushed, and she doesn't know if it was accidental. Then she was like wanting me to Will Smith the guy on the airplane, and hang
Was
on.
she nuts?
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get in your airplane fight one of these days.
Michelle was transporting into Jada Pinkett Michelle. I'll explain in just a minute. But back to Will Smith. Michelle and I were talking about, I still can't grasp this, that Will Smith would run up on stage and hit Chris Rock, the presenter, on live television, and then would go back to his seat and would start blurting out the F-bomb. I mean, it's tough to grasp. What was he thinking? And Will Smith just so out of character.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I mean, totally out of character. We're still trying to grasp exactly what happened. And then, of course, that was part of, we were having a discussion that the Academy has banned Will Smith for 10 years now from going to the Oscars.
Now, he's still eligible to win an Oscar.
Yeah,
How awkward would
yes.
that be?
I mean, wait, he can't go?
He can't go. Can't
hold
pick up
on. And the winner is Will Smith. Will
we
Smith.
keep his name out of our mouths.
Will Smith couldn't be here tonight because he smashed Chris Rock in the face last year or a couple of years ago.
Remember 8 years ago?
And he's in the middle of, he's got 2 years lleft on his boy. You're projecting, 8 years into the future?
8 years down the line.
Right.
This is all past.
Right,
Will
so-
Smith is going to put out some awesome movie.
All right, so it's now what? It's 2030. It's 2030.
And
the
watch,
winner,
he's going to win a bunch, probably.
The winner is Will's. Well, the question is, a whole bunch of his projects have been postponed or canceled.
He'll come back.
Now, that's the question. Is he going to come back? Is he going to reemerge from this scandal? Because right now, the movie companies and producers, they've put his crap on hold. Will he reemerge? So 10 years banned from actually going to the Oscars. But then the story has emerged that the Academy was split. Some wanted to take the Oscar away.
Oh, my God, that'd be amazing.
Listen to this. Will Smith's Oscar trial is at a stalemate, with Smith's fate over the slap slated to be decided today. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Board is reportedly divided on whether to confiscate his Best Actor award for the whole King Richard deal. Now, this story that I'm holding, this was published prior to the decision. So when I say, with the Academy Board reportedly divided and slated to be decided today, this is from Friday before the 2:45 Eastern Time decision to ban him for 10 years. But prior, when this story was written, apparently the New York Post and Page 6, they got some details that the board was split, that some board members wanted to yank that Oscar right out of Will Smith's clutches as well. Do you think they should have taken the Oscar, guys?
No, the Oscar was
No.
earned.
Yeah.
I mean, they have guys like, we talked about it last week, or the week before, the Oscar ghouls. I mean, Louis C.K. can be nominated for an Oscar.
Well,
Right.
he won. Louis C.K. won.
Marilyn Manson
Yeah,
for
so,
a Grammy.
yeah.
They were.
Grammy
I'm
goals.
sorry.
It was Grammy
yeah,
goals.
Louis C.K. won the Grammy.
Oh, the Grammy.
Yeah,
I'm
Grammy
sorry.
goals.
yeah, not an Oscar. Louis C.K. won a Grammy for, I guess, spoken word comedy or whatever the hell it was. And, of course, he was canceled for a while because he
He
had a
wasn't spoken word. He was something else.
But he deserves.
yeah.
Will Smith
He-
deserves
he-
his Oscar for the
yes,
role
he does.
that he played.
Yeah, he had spoken wiener. I mean, 'cause-
Spoken about his.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be worth a
well,
Grammy.
I mean, this guy would
Rhymes
just.
was spoken.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
I did the motion.
Okay.
But
All right.
you-
So
All right.
listen, Will
Yeah.
Smith was up for his leading man Oscar. He was playing his leading man role that night as Jada's husband, and something tells me that in real life he's not the leading man around that house or in
Yeah.
that relationship, and he just took it too far.
All right.
I accept and respect the Academy's decision, Will Smith said in a brief statement on Friday. After it was decided that he couldn't go to the Academy Awards for 10 years, he said that I accept and respect the Academy's decision. banned for 10 years.
Like Bill Cosby, who's banned for life.
Don't remind me.
Festers on a list of what other people that are banned from the Oscars, some for life.
How's Mel Gibson not banned? He was there the last one, and he said horrible things.
Yeah, but he didn't. A lot of these people in the room did horrible things over the life. They didn't insult the Oscars.
All right, before I get to the grocery grab, let me see the headline of this thing. Go all the way to the top. So the headline of everyone who's been banned from the Oscars by the Academy, and now scroll. Let me see.
It's not a long list.
No, I don't even know who that is.
I had some actor on NYPD Blue that leaked screener copies to pirates.
Oh, wow. The guy was in The Godfather Part 2?
Carmine Caridi.
Who he playing The Godfather?
I don't know. Anyway, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, that figures.
Is he banned for life?
No, why is he banned?
Harvey Weinstein? I'm just kidding. Why is he banned?
It's the violation of the foliage.
Bill Cosby's banned. And Roman Polanski, he was accused of, like, what?
Oh, he's awful.
Raping, like, a young teenage girl.
Yeah, minor at the time.
I don't even think he can come to the U.S., right?
No.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, he can't come to the U.S. because he'll be arrested.
It's Satan's child.
He's unable to enter the U.S. without being
arrested.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's quite a director. But,
All right, so moving along, the grocery grab. I've got a friend that witnessed this, and I hope that this is sort of a warning. I don't think that this is an epidemic just yet, but a friend of mine in Los Angeles, actually Orange County, a friend of mine just south of L.A., was in a Ralph's supermarket parking lot, witnessed a car drive through the aisle, the parking aisles, not inside. Friend of mine witnessed a car stop as a woman was loading groceries in her SUV. He was even specific. It was a Tucson. Is that a Hyundai Tucson? Woman had an SUV, tailgate open, loading groceries. A car pulls down the parking lot aisle, stops. Guy gets out of the passenger seat, grabs the grocery bags remaining in the cart that she had not put into the back, and the car takes off.
How hungry were they?
Well, I wonder if it's because, the price of groceries, everything is going through the roof.
That's a lottery scratcher of stealing because you don't know what's in that bag. I mean, that's really random.
Paper plates and a thing of ketchup.
I mean,
You're like, man?
Yeah, what if they stocked up on toilet paper and and Theraflu?
Yeah.
I mean, you're really taking a chance.
My friend sent me the story, texted me the story Thursday. And, you're not going to believe what I saw. I then had a conversation later that night, and literally, car just steals the grocery bags out of the shopping cart. You can see what's going on. You've got a woman. She's got her groceries in the cart. The cart is behind her car in the parking lot. She's got the rear tailgate open. She's putting the groceries into her car. There's still bags, and here are guys driving. A guy, I don't know if it was a guy driving, but a guy got out of the passenger seat, grabs the grocery bags that were remaining, gets in the car, and they speed off.
That's why
the grocery grab.
I always take their, if they offer to walk you to the car, if you have a cart, I'm like, okay, it doesn't hurt, I always take someone to.
I think Publix is the only one that does that. I don't think, not all supermarkets do that.
Yeah,
you can tell where I shop.
Like Winn-Dixie, I don't think they offer to take your stuff to the car.
Good luck getting the lady at Aldi to carry my stuff.
Yeah.
I love Aldi. I'm there twice a week. But she ain't carrying my crap to the car.
I don't know many other supermarkets that offer to take your groceries to your car in the parking lot other than Publix.
All right, so when I go to the store, I usually have one of the two kids in tow. And we get back to the car, and I always leave my grocery cart by my trunk of the Lincoln while I secure the kid in the car seat or in the seatbelt. So for a good 30 seconds, 40 seconds, my cart's completely available to, what are they called? Grocery getters?
Grabbers.
Well, wouldn't it be smarter to take a purse?
Hold on, what? You mean the name I gave him?
Yeah.
Oh, I just came up with the name grocery grabber.
Okay, so the grocery grabbers, I'm the guy they're looking for because I'm by the passenger rear door trying to buckle a kid in a car seat.
Yeah, that would be smart to look for people with young kids. So while they're putting the kid in the car seat, you could even steal their purse. You know, I'm just spitballing here.
I always leave my purse in the cart.
Yeah.
You're right, Froggy.
I mean, if you're going to be a smart thief, why are you going to take a couple bags of eggs and maybe some paper towels when you can take a purse? Think smart, think ahead.
I am just hoping that this is not going to be a trend. I went shopping yesterday. We got off the plane. We needed a couple of things. We didn't have eggs, for instance. So we get off the plane from Boston yesterday morning. We landed, I think about 10:30, 10:20. And then on the way from the airport to the house, I stopped at Publix on Kennedy across from West Shore Plaza, ran in, grabbed some stuff. And I was going to grab a bag of, cuties, the halos or cuties. And the bag was like $7. I mean, that bag used to be like $3.99 or $4.99 for the 3-pound bag of cuties. $7 for the bag of little mandarin oranges. I love those things.
Not so cute now,
But,
are they?
Do you want your manufactured oranges or no?
They're not manufactured oranges.
Oh, there's baby orange trees out there?
Yes,
What an
yes.
idiot.
They are called, what are they? Are they tangerines?
No,
What are
fake.
they?
No,
They're
they're
made.
cuties. These are cuties.
They're mandarin oranges.
They're made by people.
They're not
Mandarin. They're
Yes.
Mandarin is actually
Wait a
an
minute.
ancient
Dude,
word
there's
for
no
man-made.
little baby orange trees.
Froggy, you don't think that the little baby oranges, the mandarins, the cuties or the halos, you don't think those are naturally growing on trees? Are you serious?
No, they're manufactured. They're made.
They are not manufactured.
All right.
Prove it.
Oh, my God.
Little GMO cuties. Little
What are
robot
they're
cuties.
doing something. What are they injecting big oranges to make them? Are they midget oranges?
All right, listen, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, my
Up until
God.
like 5 years ago, I thought mandarin oranges only came in a can. I didn't know they were like a real fruit.
No,
you
they're a
see.
real thing.
Guys, of course they're a real thing. The whole mandarin orange craze with the Cuties brand or the halos, the reason why they're so popular is because it was a marketing stroke of genius. Back, I want to say, late 2000s, so 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere in there, there was a glut of mandarin oranges, Froggy, that grow on trees.
I thought they were so popular because you can just like do a little dent in them and hand them to your kid and they can peel them themselves versus a regular orange is hard to cut into.
Yes, but hang on. Let me get to that point. It was a marketing stroke of genius. You have lots of mandarin trees, Froggy. Yes, trees grow little tangerine-like mandarin oranges that are small, that are easy to peel. The deal is the company behind Cuties, it was like and I read a story about this. It was a citrus cooperative, I believe, out in California. A bunch of different growers. This cooperative,
I have an idea.
They came up with the idea to market these mandarins. They have tons of mandarins. They weren't selling all the mandarins, and they decided to just label them Cuties, come up with a name, and just give them a label. And it was a marketing stroke of genius to then call them Cuties. Then after that, another cooperative then named Halos is another brand, but it was all about marketing. There were tons of mandarins lying around. It was a glut of these citrus fruits, and this group, they said, you know what? Let's just market them differently. And look at what's happened. Mandarin, these little cuties or halos, they've turned into like a go-to snack.
Yeah,
And-
because you can just take your thumbnail, stab it in there. Here, kid, shut up, eat your cutie.
Exactly, but they weren't a thing until like a little over 10 years ago when they just slapped the name Cuties and said, all right, let's just call them Cuties and remarket them. And now they've exploded.
That's like they're doing that with a new orange. Have you seen the one that you didn't think this is a joke, but it looks like a butt? It has like a big butt on it, a big ugly butt. And they say they're ugly, but they taste good. Like they're marketing how ugly they are.
Sumos.
Yeah, something like that.
they're
And they have a big hump on them. And they're awful looking.
They're ugly looking. They look like they've got like birth defects or something. No,
They have
seriously.
like gout all
And
over.
they're like, we got to market these things.
No,
Let's call them uglies. That's not going to work.
They're these hideous looking citrus fruit. They're like Sumos or right?
Okay,
I gotta look
Yeah.
at these.
you know how
and-
people love buying cute oranges.
But they taste delicious.
Well, peaches look like butts, and peaches are cute.
No, these have like big lumps,
Yeah,
like they need to
these-
get like
yeah.
scanned.
These
have
look
like a-
like the baboon asses.
Yeah, like a goiter is coming out of them.
No, they're called sumos, right?
Oh, gross.
Sumo orange. What's a sumo orange right here? Yeah.
Sumo orange, and they are absolutely delicious. But they look
It looks like a prolapsed butt.
well. It looks like someone's face after an acid attack or something. No, I'm serious.
And they're marketing. You know, that's pretty smart too to
Yeah.
market that ugliness.
That's the whole deal. All right, now what time is it? I'll get Michelle on in a few minutes. I told her I wouldn't call her till 8:00 so she can get some beauty
Wait, what are
sleep in.
clementines?
Clementines are a brand of mandarin
Right.
oranges.
Okay.
Clementines are also a type of mandarin. But again, whoever came up with the name Cuties, that cooperative, it was all just a marketing stroke of genius, and it turned this orange that was not in huge demand into a massively demanded orange.
And Clementine is also an awesome song.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine.
Yeah, right?
You're lost and gone forever. That one.
But also,
That's the one. Yes, Roxanne, that's the one.
Isn't that also the Peanut song? Ate a peanut last night. You know,
No, I don't.
that
know
used to make me cry. That scared the crap out of me.
What are you talking
I
about?
ate a peanut. You guys
Ate a peanut.
ate a
All right,
peanut.
let me find that
and
song.
the kid dies from like eating the peanut. I was traumatized
that
as
was
a
like
kid.
even pre-peanut allergy
Was it found a
stage.
peanut?
I think it was found. Was that the name of the
Does
thing?
he choke on a peanut? How does the kid die?
Hang on.
Found a peanut, found a peanut, found a peanut just now. Just now I found a peanut just now.
Where does it take a
Cracked
turn?
it open, cracked it open,
right.
cracked it open just
The kid dies. Hang on.
now. I cracked it open just now. It was rotten, it was rotten, it was rotten just now.
Should I fast
Just
forward?
now
Hold on,
it
hold on, hold
was
on. Hang
rotten.
on.
Obviously, don't eat it,
The
kid.
kid ends up dying.
Ate it anyway, ate it anyway,
You deserve
ate it anyway just now.
Yeah.
Just now I ate it anyway just now.
Stupid
Got a
kid.
stubborn kick, got a stubborn kick, got a stubborn kick just now. Just now I got a stubborn kick, got a stubborn
Listen, the version that I heard when I was a kid, the kid dies.
Called the doctor just now. Just now I
Called the doctor, right.
Called the doctor just now. Penicillin, penicillin,
Penicillin!
just now.
Penicillin?
Just now I took penicillin, penicillin.
All right, I don't know this version.
Operation just now. Just now,
This poor kid.
operation just now.
Hold on, kids sing this song? Is this a real song?
Well, hold on.
Paralyzation.
Listen, I remember the version that I heard when I was a kid, like 4, 5, 6 years old. I was terrified because the version that I heard, the kid died.
Let me fast forward to the end.
Go ahead. Hold on. I don't know if this. I don't know
What
if this
happens?
is the version where the kid
Here's the
dies.
last 30 seconds. It
play.
sounds like he's about to
I-
die,
go
judging
ahead.
by everything
I-
so far.
Just now they didn't want me, didn't want me just now. Was a dream, was a dream.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't take me just now.
I don't
Wouldn't
think.
take me to
Went
the
the
hospital.
other way, went the other way.
Yeah, I don't think this is the version where the kid dies.
Oh.
I'm telling you, there's a version where the kid flipping dies.
Is the line like died anyway, right now?
Fest, do a search
I
for
will.
Found the Peanut Kid Dies.
Found the peanut.
So I was traumatized this scared the crap out of me.
Is this why you don't eat peanuts
The
to this
kid,
day?
no, I love peanuts. I don't have a
You
peanut
said the
allergy.
rotten
How
peanut.
about spoiled rotten peanuts?
But I'm telling you, there's a version where the flipping kid dies from eating the peanut.
It's horrible.
And it scarred me as a kid.
What a dumb kid.
We obviously had an allergy you didn't know about.
Operation Penicillin.
I remember. Look, I up and died, went to heaven. I roll it. Here's another
Oh my
version.
God.
This is the one I'm talking about. All right, hit it. Go ahead.
Play.
Hit play.
Just now I up and died just now.
There it is.
Whatever.
I-
Ate it anyway just now. Just now I ate it anyway just now. Got sick just now. Just now I got sick just now. I up and died just now. Just now I up and died just now. Went to heaven just now.
See, I
No,
told you.
nobody gets first. Then the gates were locked. The gates were locked. Went the other way.
So the gates of heaven were locked, and he went the other way and got in.
So what does that tell you?
The kid goes to hell?
Kid goes to hell.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, this scared the
Sounds like he deserved it.
All this over an orange.
scared the living
No
crap
peanut.
out of me. I didn't even finish up with the Will Smith crap. All right, I got to get Michelle on. All right, we got to do the money machine. Let me just mention the money machine word. Then we'll call Michelle with the boob brush situation on the airplane yesterday. This hour's word is win. That's W-I-N, win. Text it nationwide to 45911 before quarter after 8:15 for a shot at $500 cash. Or if you enter it on the Q105 app, you could win an extra $10,000 on Q105. So good luck. All right, let me get Michelle on the line. We had a little incident, and I fell asleep for like an hour and change on the airplane, so I think it happened during that. And hang on, let me get Michelle on.
When you sleep on the plane, it's negative sleep, by the way.
What do you mean?
Like if you sleep an hour, it's like you lost 2 hours of sleep because it's just
That's
bad
not
sleep.
true.
Yeah,
No,
it is
really,
true.
that's not
It's going to make you
true.
feel worse. Don't sleep on planes.
All right, calling Michelle. The boob brush incident on our flight from Boston yesterday morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Hey, are you listening?
Yes, if you would just been a little more patient with that song, you would have heard the next lyric, which said "died anyway."
No, not the Boy Scout version that Fester
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Those are the lyrics to the song.
Okay, all right.
Those are the lyrics. Died anyway. Went to heaven. Gates were closed.
All right, so you remember that?
Cool.
You remember that as well, right?
Yes.
Were you scared of that song as well?
That's probably why I don't eat peanuts.
No, she loved it.
To this day.
Man, that song freaked me out as a kid. All right, Michelle,
Yeah.
was I sleeping during the boob brush incident? I think I was.
No.
Well, why didn't you tell me right away? Why did you tell me? Oh, so when you did tell me, that was right away?
That was like literally 2 seconds after,
Because the
arm
assault?
movement, I was released so I could move forward enough to lean into your shoulder and your ear and scream at you.
All right. Okay, I didn't know that it happened right then and there.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
Am I
right.
going to wait to tell you something?
All right, hang on,
No,
folks.
because my expectations were that you were going to...
Well, stop. Hold on, you're jumping.
Michelle, calm down.
You're calm down.
Seriously.
You're jumping ahead. We got to just tell the
I'm
story.
jumping ahead?
We got to tell the story from the beginning. Hold on a minute.
She's not going to let you tell it without cutting you off. Michelle, tell the story.
I was flying on an airplane on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the middle seat in a Comfort Plus seat with you on my left and a great big fat guy on the right.
Well, judge her.
He wasn't really that big.
I had the aisle. Michelle had the middle. This guy had the window.
He wasn't even that big, but he was a little big.
All right, so
But
tell
not
the
that big.
tell the story what happened.
Well, when we first sat down, he just really wasn't conscious of his, real estate restrictions on the airplane, even though he was sitting in a Comfort Plus seat. But I'm pretty nice about things like that because I'm a smaller person, so I'm like, okay, the dude needs a little more space. Whatever.
Also, let me point out that we were on Delta Comfort Plus, and we had technically the bulkhead, which is great, folks. If you want to know a good hack, now we got Comfort Plus on the way back. We did not get the first class upgrade because that was. I guess we just weren't good enough to get the upgrade.
Important enough.
So, but we were in Comfort Plus, which I'm going to tell you right now, Comfort Plus on Delta is really all I need. I like it a lot. But even better, on Delta, if you get Comfort Plus, we were on a 738, a 737-800, and there's no hard wall between coach and first class. So the little trick and hack is if you get the first row of Comfort Plus, there's no hard wall. The first class seat is right in front of you. The space between the first Comfort Plus seat and the last first class seat, it is enormous. There's a gigantic space. It's even more than the space in between each of the first class seats. So I love that particular Comfort Plus seat. Go ahead, Michelle.
And you're sharing that secret why? So now we can't get that seat again?
You're really shooting yourself in the foot giving out your,
All right, I'm sorry.
prime travel secret.
I'll hit dump for the last minute and a half.
All right.
He's just kidding.
Michelle, this large man, was he On the Fester scale, was he bigger than me or was he smaller?
No, he was a little smaller than you.
Around. Right. No, he wasn't a little smaller. He was about as wide as MJ and maybe about a head taller.
Okay.
What am I, as wide as, I'm not wide.
So he's stocky. And
Well, I mean, right. Like your shoulders are broad.
Right, okay.
Like you have broad shoulders. So when you're reaching around.
I'm not a fatty bumbaddy.
You're like an English bulldog.
Listen, this guy was not fat either. He was just
burly.
Had broad shoulders, and so he was when he reached up, he needed some extra space.
Then what happens?
No, so I was sleeping, and all of a sudden, I feel something brush against my right boob, and I'm sleeping, and it alerts me awake, and I'm like, what the heck? And so I immediately recoil. My seat's already reclined, so I have nowhere to go. And then, you kind of intuitively know, like, the task at hand requires moving the arm the same way, like the opposite direction again.
Well, hold on a minute. I'm getting some new information myself here. So you were sleeping when he boob brushed you?
Yes.
And then it sounds like it wasn't a brush. It sounds like it was a settle in.
But we don't know if this was accidental or on purpose, that he recognized that you were sleeping and your boobs are just so attractive,
In a double shirt on a Sunday morning at 7 a.m. when I have no makeup on and a mask on?
That's the time, baby.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Well, first of all, you don't need makeup, Michelle.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it was
natural beauty.
Hold on, Michelle.
Anyway.
Do you feel he was like reaching up for like the light or that little vent
It
fan?
wasn't reaching up for the light because we had both reached up in to adjust our air before and actually exchanged pleasantries at that moment in time, which was even more like startling to me that, dude, you know your space, and now you're brushing the upper part of your arm against my right boob.
All right, so the question is, Michelle, was it hold on a minute. Michelle, you were sleeping.
Yes.
So we don't know whether it was an accidental boob brush or he took advantage of the fact that you were sleeping and he decided just to, I don't know what,
get some nip.
No, Froggy, stop.
Did he get any?
No, it was a side boob brush, right?
Oh, no nip.
What?
Froggy, stop. He brushed the side of your boob, right?
No, the front.
Oh, so he did.
The back of his arm, the back of his left arm went up and down.
Oh, my.
In front of my boob.
So it was a double motion?
Right, so he did it once, right, because he was doing something, and then I woke up. I was like, oh, my gosh, what was that? Like,
Michelle, this wasn't clear to me. I thought it was a side.
Oh, he got some.
I'm learning more as I'm telling the story with you on the air right now.
Just pay attention when I'm speaking to you.
All right. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So he was like doing something, like getting something out of his pocket or, messing around with something like, I don't know, that TV thing or screen or whatever. So he had to like move his hand again to put it back in whatever he was doing. So I sucked my chest in really far as I could. My seat was already reclined, and sure enough, his arm moved in that same motion again, but he wasn't able to touch me because I sucked in so far. And then the minute he was still, that's when I reached over and told you.
But I didn't know. I thought it was just I thought it was just a side boob brush that he was stretching. That's a little different if he boobed you in the front and went up and down several times. What part of his arm was it? Do you know?
What part of it did you not understand? It was the upper part, like behind your elbow.
They went to second base.
This sounds like a what would you do next on 2020?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, second base.
Second base.
Well,
You're right.
I know what I expected you to do.
Well, Michelle, Michelle leans over to me and said, the guy just brushed my boob. I just assumed that it was a side brush, but that's a little different. So Michelle...
Side brush? How does that even happen?
Because if he stretches his arm, he kind of just hits the side of your
I
boob.
mean, you guys are sitting next to each other, so like a right arm might hit the side of a boob. I get that.
You know what? This sounds like it was intentional. Michelle,
Yeah.
I'm hearing more, and I'm more horrified now that you're telling it on the show than...
Really?
Yes. Than what I would have confronted him if I knew that. When you leaned over and whispered into my ear, because I think we were both sleeping, and when I guess
I didn't use the word boob at that moment in time, did I?
No.
Okay, then.
What,
It had to have
Was I
been.
laughing about it?
Michelle
No.
said that she wanted me to Will Smith the guy right on the airplane What exactly did you say?
That would be smart.
I said, why don't you get up and Will Smith the guy?
That's what she said. She's whispering this.
All right, she's taunting you now.
I can't hit a guy on an airplane.
How old are you? 17 years old?
I would be arrested. I'd be charged with a
Do you
federal.
think you could have taken him though? Like if you guys rolled into the aisle and were like, fighting, you would have won.
Was he hot?
He was disgusting.
Oh.
All right, so he did look a lot like me.
All right, Michelle.
No.
Michelle.
It was an accident, obviously. It's not like he was sitting
No,
there
I don't
circling around
know.
your boobs.
We don't know that, Froggy. I mean, he's pushing it. He's pushing the boundaries. One brush,
Yes.
two brush. There's no reaction. Okay, let's go for a third brush.
Now, Michelle,
no reaction.
if you were sleeping, is there any chance that there was even more of a boob brush before you woke up and you were conscious and cognizant of what happened?
No, you know when your boobs are getting touched.
Tell me about it.
All
Ask
right.
Roxanne. Roxanne,
Touching
don't you
mine
know
right now.
if somebody accidentally even bumps you or purposely bumps you, you know when your boobs are being touched.
So yeah, I have feeling in 90% of my boobs. No, 100% you do.
Michelle,
you know if someone's squeezing your boobs.
I had no idea.
Nobody's talking about squeezing.
Well, guys, I had no idea that it was this significant. I'm learning more that it was more pronounced.
So it's an assault now. I mean, come on, big deal.
Michelle, do you think it was like a sexual assault?
I didn't sit back for the rest of the trip now, did I?
You did not.
Would you like to file a complaint with the airport? Is
I mean,
there something you can do?
We know what row we were in. We know what seat he was in.
Mm-hmm.
We were in, I had seat C and you had, no, I'm sorry, I had D and E. So I had D aisle, you had E middle, and he was in F window.
I gave you an opportunity to prove your love to me the same way that Will Smith did just a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's what Will Smith did. Proved
All
his
right,
love.
shave your head, and then he will.
Yeah.
No, but for real, it was very uncomfortable.
So do you think this guy is sitting there thinking he got one over on you, Michelle? Like he's like, yep.
What if he was a
I
really
got you.
good-looking guy? Would you care?
What? Gross.
Froggy, what is the matter with you?
I'm just saying.
No, disgusting.
All right.
Disgusting.
I'm pretty
Michelle,
sure it was an accident.
Listen, do you want to follow up on this? Because
Oh,
I'm
come
not following up on anything.
You're a victim.
What are you going to get the guy arrested for accidentally touching? I'm sure I've accidentally rubbed an old lady's boob on a plane.
I have never accidentally rubbed a woman's boob on an
Trying to
airplane.
get out of an airplane. You don't. I mean, what are you talking about?
I have easily flown 1,000,000 miles on various airlines.
1,000,000?
I have never boob brushed a woman
me
on an
either.
airplane.
Oh my God!
But a
When
man.
I went to Hamilton, I was going in my row, and I totally butt wiped the whole two people.
Yes, stuff happens.
Yeah, I'm going in my row. I'm scooting. I was in the middle, right? We're sitting like maybe.
So
like,
you wiped them with your butt.
Yeah, I was.
They're sitting down, you're walking
I'm
in.
like, excuse
That's
me,
assault.
Pardon me, and this guy,
They got a face full of fester ass?
Yes, I mean,
As you were scooting into the... was this locally?
Oh,
Or
gosh.
was this in New York?
No, 2 years ago it was at the Straz.
At the Straz,
Yeah,
the Hamilton Road
right.
Show.
So I saw Hamilton, love Hamilton, and I got in my row, and I just wiped a couple.
And
I
you have a
ruined-
flat butt, too.
I ruined
so.
their night. And like, oh.
Was that Fester's butt that just went across our faces?
Oh.
That's
Poor
the
people.
that's the uncomfortable little rose scooch,
Right,
you know?
but it happens, Michelle.
Yeah.
An accidental brush, but I don't believe you were accidentally brushed.
I think this was on purpose.
Oh, come on, guys. Give me a break.
All right, Michelle, do you want
I'm
to...
thinking it was more on purpose.
Well, do you want to file a report then? You didn't say on the airplane. Michelle, I'm telling you right now, if you had impressed upon me on the airplane what you're telling us now on the air, I didn't know that it was a little more extensive.
But would you actually smack the guy, gone to jail? I mean, come on. How old are we?
You didn't make that clear. Well, we might have told the flight attendant that this guy just touched my wife's boob.
Could you have switched seats with your husband at that point? Just say, hey,
I'm not going in the middle seat.
He doesn't want to
hey, he feels you up, he feels you up. I'm not sitting
Even
there.
if the guy touches my wife's boob, I'm not going in the middle seat's the worst.
Great.
You're so chivalrous.
I'm kidding. Michelle, you want to just drop it?
We'll have to think about it when you get home.
Oh, boy.
But you realize, Michelle, we were on the airplane. I know that you didn't want to speak too loudly. The guy's right next to you, and you whispered into my ear, the guy just brushed my boob. I'm
That's not
hearing...
what I said.
What did you say?
Well, I'm not going to repeat what I said on the airplane because it's not for broadcast.
Right. All right, Michelle, I got to run, but...
Did you call him bleep?
That's Michelle with the boob brushing, which the story apparently is worse than I thought.
Yeah. Not good.
All right.
There's got to be a statute of limitations, Michelle, on boob brushing.
That
on
would be a
plane.
statute of boobitations, by the way.
You may want to get on this quickly if you want to investigate further.
All right, Michelle, talk to you in a bit, okay?
All right, goodbye.
I love you.
I think this calls for an investigation.
I didn't quite get a reciprocal there, did I?
No,
you didn't.
She's a little pissed at you.
She did say, I want you to Will Smith him, and I'm not going to hit a guy in an airplane.
All right, so
I don't want to become one of those stats, one of the 5,000 plus unruly passengers last year.
all right, so
I don't want to end up on a no-fly list. I don't want to end up like plastic handcuffed and my face duct taped to the seat back.
You would good press for the show.
You would have been a morons in the news.
I don't want to be met by Tampa International Police on as we land at Gate 67.
We got a knucklehead in the news, a radio DJ out of Tampa. Guy touched his wife's boobs. He clocked them. He Will Smithed them.
You know, we are getting a lot of texters who are
Yeah.
like, how come MJ didn't switch seats with Michelle? And I do have to say, I'm always stuck in the middle seat. It's not like there are a lot of gentlemen on this text line who would not have their wife sit next to a stranger, but
Nah.
I mean, the smaller person has to go in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, typically, Michelle always takes the middle.
I'll sit in the middle and piss everybody
It's
off.
never like a battle. It's like, I want the aisle. Can you take the middle? Michelle never asks me to take the middle. You know, I was kind of hoping that, well, initially the plane was sold. The plane was oversold. In Boston, the what do you call it? The gate agent. The gate agent said, folks, we're oversold by one. It could have been worse, but we're oversold by one. We can offer you a $500 travel voucher, and we'll even buy you breakfast.
Nope.
I think somebody must have taken it, but the plane was sold out. But originally, when I took those seats, I had us as aisle and window, and then you kind of hope that no one goes in the middle. But then Michelle said, "Nah, someone's gonna end up in the middle. Move me to the middle." So that's what I did.
Imagine if you'd flown Spirit, what kind of the thing someone would have done. Probably humped her leg or something.
What, humped her leg?
No, that's
on Spirit.
Catch the Spirit.
All right, you got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, folks. Spread the word that the MJ Morning Show is
Sorry,
back.
Spirit.
Hey, listen, Spirit might end up being JetBlue.
Yeah.
You know, JetBlue's got an offer. Same with Frontier. Frontier and JetBlue are both trying to buy Spirit. Folks, if you ever want to get a hold of me, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Of course, you can always, should we take phones on the boob brush? Should we ask our listeners, have you ever had a physical or an odd encounter with somebody else on an airplane? Listen, it might be a stretch, but I'll ask.
Yeah.
Folks, would you like to weigh in on the Michelle boob brush situation? Have you ever had an encounter where something odd or physical happened on an airplane? 800-990-1047. So what I was saying was, if you
Keep
ever want...
my wife's boob out your bleeping hand.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I could have done that.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
800-990-1047. That's the number here on the MJ Morning Show. If anyone wants to weigh in. Again, guys, I swear that what Michelle told me on the airplane, because she was trying to be very discreet and quiet when she was whispering in my ear, I didn't know that it was as extensive as what she just told on the show.
It sounds like you're trying to get over a little bit of husband guilt here, okay? Well, let it go. It's all right. You're okay.
If anyone wants to weigh in on the Michelle matter,
the worst husband
or
ever.
if anyone ever had an airplane issue, someone brushed you, or you think that it was done intentionally, has anything like this ever happened? Or if you want to weigh in on the Michelle thing before I move on, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 gets you in. And what I was saying was, hey, if you ever want to get hold of me, you can email me, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's my personal private email. The whole crew has them. Just use everyone's first name and then at MJMorningshow.com. And also, you can always call us whenever you want to weigh in, or you can text us, 800-990-1047. Miranda is in Spring Hill. Oh, no. I'm reading the comments. It says in the club.
What?
Hold on a minute. Let me find out what this is all about.
There's clubs open this early?
Hey, Miranda, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Miranda. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. I was actually in Sarasota at a dance club, and I was out there on the dance floor, and somebody was out there next to me. I could see he was looking at me, but he actually swung his arms up and flipped my skirt up, which it was kind of a mini skirt, but it was loose. It was one of those flary ones.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I turned around and looked at him, and I'm thinking while I'm dancing, was that an accident? Because everybody's arms are moving. Well, 2 minutes later, he did it again. He lifted my skirt up.
Oh, wow.
Underneath. So I'm like, are you kidding me? So I ran to go get a bouncer, and he kind of disappeared into the crowd. They were searching for him.
Wow.
And there was upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah, so these cretins or creeps that they, do they attempt to do something so you're wondering whether it was an accident or intentional, but then when he did it a second time, then you knew right away that it was intentional.
Yeah, I wish I would have Will Smithed him.
There you go.
See, Will Smith is becoming a verb.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what he's going to become.
Hey, Miranda, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Roxanne is in Sefner. Hey, Roxanne, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. Good morning. I love you guys. Thanks for keeping me company on the way to work all the time.
It is our pleasure. Roxanne, you got to say hi to another Roxanne.
Why is your name Roxanne? What did your mom name you after the song, or what's the reason?
Oh, my gosh. Actually, it's a pretty interesting reason. Her name was Rayanne, and a man that my father knew, actually a mafia guy, always called my mother Roxanne. And my mom didn't want to name me that, but my father liked that name.
It's actually a terrible
Wow.
story. Man.
How long are your parents married?
So how must it be when you have a name and the first person somebody says, so why are you named this? Is it because of the song? Is it the play? Is it Cyrano de Bergerac?
Every mom who names her, mine's Cyrano de Bergerac. Every mom who names her kid Roxanne has a specific piece of literature.
Yeah, it was, you know what? It was the scene with Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop. Roxanne! All right, Roxanne, so what's your story?
So I just wanted to ask a question that I hadn't heard anyone else ask, which is, why didn't Michelle say something to the man herself?
Yeah, that's pretty shocking.
Yeah, I don't know Michelle to be one to hold her tongue.
She's not, but for whatever reason, again, I think she was sleeping. She was a little startled. And listen, I didn't get the whole full, real grasp of the story until she just told it on the air a few minutes ago.
I'm not sure this wasn't a dream.
I mean, couldn't she have been a little funny about it? Excuse me, big creepy guy next to me. Did you just touch my boob? Because I think you might have.
That's a good point. Roxanne, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Donna is in Ruskin. Hey, Donna. Last call. I got to move on here.
Hey, Donna, were you named after the song?
Oh, yeah, it certainly was.
Hey,
No.
what's the story behind you and that god-awful name?
What happened?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when Michelle started talking. The same kind of thing happened to me on a plane. I was on a plane. There was only 2 seats. It was a smaller plane, and I had the window seat.
Fester, there weren't 2 seats on the whole plane.
Okay, hold on.
There only I'm
sorry.
Yeah, each row had only 2 seats.
I thought you were in a Piper Cub.
No.
Okay,
It was
only 2 seats
it
in
was
the
like
plane.
2 and 2, the aisle and 2 seats on each
I
side.
understand. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Right. Okay. So anyway, I'm sitting next to the window, and the guy sits down next to me, and he's really big, and so I scoot over as far as I can to give him as much room as I can. And as we're going along, flying along, I feel him start to lean into me. And I mean, he leaned way into me. Ooh. And I looked at him, and he could have leaned toward the aisle, if he actually had to lean. And I looked at him, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm going to get up and go move back to the back of the plane. That way you and I will be much more comfortable." I was so mad because he was touching me all over with his arm.
Oh, my God.
All right, what was he touching with his arm? Your
Donna.
shoulder?
No,
I understand he was violating your space.
Her boob!
Mask.
Yes, he was right into my boob.
Oh, Donna.
I was so mad.
Oh,
I was
Donna.
so mad. So that's how I handled it anyway.
All right, Donna, thanks for the call. How long ago was this?
Oh, my gosh, several years ago. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or more.
Do you remember what airline it was?
Got it. No, I don't.
All right.
But I never forgot it. It was so upsetting.
And then Michelle's story just now just made the memories come racing back.
Yes, it did.
All right, did we ruin your day?
No.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm fine.
I mean, we're sorry to make you relive that horrific event.
I know. She's re-traumatized. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate you listening. Now, look at that. I mean, drummed up phone calls.
The fact that he didn't acknowledge it sounds like it was on purpose.
Well, I guess this goes hand in hand. Let me just take a second here. This is out of Boston. WCVB in Boston, which I think that's the ABC channel up in Boston. A Florida man is accused of lewd behavior while on a Boston-bound flight. According to the U.S. Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, authorities said 76-year-old Donald Edward Robinson of Bonita Springs, so south of the Tampa Bay area, was arrested Sunday. The same day. He's going up there. We're coming down here from Boston. This guy was arrested on Sunday morning at Boston Logan International Airport, charged with a criminal complaint, 1 count of lewd, indecent, obscene acts while in the special aircraft jurisdiction of the United States, according to the charging document. This guy, Robinson, is accused of exposing himself and, personally manipulating in front of a 21-year-old woman seated next to him while on board a flight from Newark to Boston. Guy happens to be from Bonita Springs here in Florida.
Yes.
Oh, my
Take
God.
a gander at this, sweetheart.
Robinson is also accused of placing his hand on top of the woman's thigh without her consent. Authorities said the woman recorded a 24-second video of Robinson allegedly fondling and manipulating his wang through his pants shortly before and after departure. This guy's 76 years old.
Is this a copycat manipulation? Didn't we just have one recently?
We did.
I think all manipulations are similar in some capacity.
We had a story last week.
We're your manipulation station.
Yes.
What is going on? Same day. We're flying south. This guy's flying north. I tell you, Michelle, your situation could have been a whole lot worse.
North.
He's rubbing north.
What'd you say? He was really
Pointing north.
He was pointing north.
Rubbing south and pointing north. Oh, yes.
Let me tell you.
Roxanne, what's going on with you over there?
So,
hey, honey, take a
I'm
look
sorry.
at this.
Which way's north? Just follow the wang.
you can sit on my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up.
I get it.
It's my joke.
Stop, guys, stop.
That was a wiener joke, Ebenezer.
You're too much, Edward.
76 years old. Guys, what are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Hey, Festus,
He's stroking out.
Festus, stop.
76-year-old.
Just stop.
76 isn't that old.
All right,
guys.
you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't
What are you doing over there?
mean to make him die.
Stroking out.
I was trying to end the bit. All right. But yeah, listen, Michelle's experience could have been a lot worse. Okay, Roxanne, stop saying stroking out when we're talking about an old man manipulating himself. Please. Roxanne.
Moving along.
Gutter brain.
Who's seen those Joe Biden stickers on the gas pumps? I did that.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah.
They're
Is
everywhere.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, it's Joe Biden. Anyway,
I get it.
a Pennsylvania man has been arrested for placing the decals on the pump.
Somebody actually got caught doing that.
Yeah.
They're on every pump
Yeah.
in America.
Exactly. He's the only guy to get caught up in Pennsylvania. Yeah, a guy got caught, got into a very nasty gas station confrontation, actually with local cops. He was allegedly caught slapping the anti-Joe Biden I did that stickers. And if you haven't seen them, folks, what it is, it's a picture of Joe Biden, and it's a little sticker. It's like a couple-inch sticker, and he's got his finger pointing, and people are placing Joe Biden pointing to the gas price on the pump. You know, the display that displays how much money in gas you put in your tank. People are putting these Joe Biden stickers right next to that with his finger pointing to the price. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, who's started that? Because that's pretty
I don't know.
funny.
All right, but whoever it is getting ripped off because if you go to Facebook Marketplace, you can buy like 100 of those stickers for $4 and just blast the town with it.
They're all over the place. And what happened was up in Pennsylvania, guy put the sticker on the pump. This guy stuck stickers on a gas pump, got yelled at by a clerk for doing so, and then the guy went nuts. writes Aaron Phillips, who recorded the incident and actually put it on Facebook. Thomas Richard Glazewski, 54, of Manor Township, Pennsylvania, was charged last week with a series of offenses after placing decals of Biden on pumps at a Turkey Hill gas station in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And again, this is nationwide. People are putting these Biden stickers all over the place. And apparently there's an argument. Bleep you. He's heard yelling. He's flailing his arms at the police.
Come on, man.
Then he ran toward the pump. He's screaming. He's screaming, I did that. I did that. That's what I did.
Oh, gosh.
And he's like repeating the message from the sticker. Then this guy, Glazewski, he ran across the gas station parking lot. Then he was tackled and handcuffed by an officer. Then he began to continue his combative behavior. He was continued belligerent in his dealings with the cops. 3 cops tried to shove him in the back seat of a patrol car. He even kicked at 2 of the officers. He was also charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, harassment, criminal mischief, all because he was caught putting the Joe Biden I did that sticker on a gas pump, pointing right at the price.
What a rube.
Unbelievable. Dude, why would you escalate things? You got caught. Just stop.
Just move along, buddy.
Finish your gas pumping or whatever. Just get the hell out of there. To turn it into an arrest for resisting arrest, disorderly conduct? I mean, what are you doing, you bonehead?
I already took the back paper off the sticker. I got to use it now, otherwise it's no good.
And how about you put it on the pump not facing the window of the store, you dope?
We have so many texters confessing that they put these stickers
Really? I read some of the texts.
They're everywhere.
Oh, my God. I didn't know you could get arrested for that.
I mean, it is
I put
vandalism.
500 of them up.
Really?
Somebody just texted you saying they put 500 of those Joe Biden I did that stickers on the gas pump?
All right, they need a
Call
job.
that guy. Have that guy call in.
My God, 500?
He's
How many?
committed.
Wait, you can't fill up 500 times.
You just walk around. It becomes a mission.
That's what they're
then.
doing.
Yeah.
It's like you're just going to a gas station when you don't even need gas, and you're putting the stickers on the pump. Can you call the guy up?
I'm going to text him right now and say to call us. Or her.
Call
Maybe it's
him.
her.
His number's
Well,
at the top.
just dial it up. Get the number. Give it to Fester. Let Fester dial it up.
Dial it up, Rox, right here.
There's no way that's true.
The new sticker is Vice President Kamala Harris with her hand pointing up saying, I helped.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
As Vice President Harris.
Oh, I helped. Oh, with her hand, raising her hand? Is that
Nobody's
the deal?
making money from this?
But with some people are printing them. They're selling them online. You can buy 100 of them for about $5.
Yeah, whatever the printing cost is and whatever you sell it for, that's your profit.
That's horrible.
That's great. Hey, Froggy,
What?
I want to try to get this woman on the line or man on the line, whoever put. I'm guessing it's a guy. I don't think many women are putting the Joe Biden I did that stickers on gas pumps. I think it's mostly a guy thing, but we'll find out. All right, Roxanne's trying to call him now. Are you a little angry that we did the backwards song game on Friday when you were not here?
Oh. Oh, that. Well, I can't believe you guys did it. Hal is actually very pissed off about it.
Well, in our defense, we were fully expecting Hal to show up to do it.
Exactly. 'cause
I can't believe Wink Ticklecrotch didn't step up to maybe host it or Goldie Showers, Roxanne's name.
It's not a thing.
What?
Goldie
That's not
Show-
a thing.
Goldie Showers is
No.
not a thing.
That's the fake game show host name.
That's
that we
Roxanne?
came up for Roxanne.
That's Roxanne's fake game show host.
No. Last time you made up that fake name, we got dumped for making up that fake name. That is not my name.
I don't remember that.
I missed the dump button that
But you
time.
guys could have came in and had a fun time with it.
Anyway, here's the deal. Froggy was out on Friday, but we had already promoted the backward song game where we take songs and you run them backward. And this is like, big Hal Herman, Froggy, alter ego, game show, yuck production.
It's a Hal Herman production.
And, because, the audience, the listenership seems to like these, either the 8-bit hit or the backward deal. The phones are blasted for, an hour when we play this game. And,
Hal's pretty good at coming up with
well, Froggy
with the
was sick.
time show.
Froggy was sick on Friday and wasn't here. And Froggy realized that I asked the crew, should we proceed with the game, even though Froggy and Hal Herman were not here? And Roxanne said, do it. Fester said, do it. Coop said do it. So
the texter said do it, too.
Everyone said, so we did it.
Listen to MJ going with the crowd instead of his own opinion.
I got many emails saying that it might possibly have been the worst edition.
It was not
ever
it's not the worst
of Back
edition
That
ever.
Song
I mean,
Up.
not the worst edition ever, but one of the worst editions. We certainly missed Hal.
So Hal will be back this week with a very, I don't even want to say.
All right,
I don't even want to say.
I got a lot to cover. We got to talk about the number 2 in the guy's car seat.
Ew.
That's right. The number 2 in the guy's car seat. But you're not going to believe who did the number 2 in the guy's car seat. Hold on. This is a crazy story. Get to that here in a second. Do you know the Liberty Mutual commercial?
I love that one. Limu, Emu, and Doug.
No.
And they have the other one.
No.
They have 2 commercials.
Oh, the one where like they're talking on like a river walk.
Yes.
And Doug.
All right.
Yeah, this is not Limu, Emu, and Doug. Folks, I learned something last night that I had no idea actually happened. It's this Liberty Mutual commercial that I'm talking about. It's the starving actor kid
Where
that
he-
can't get his lines right.
He keeps flubbing the lines.
Yeah, listen, this one here.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get.
This one.
At Liberty Buchamug.
Cut.
Line.
Cut. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Cut. Liberty. Am I allowed to riff? What if I come out of the water? Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
That guy right there.
That's actually funnier just hearing the audio.
I think it is.
Yeah.
All right. Did you know that guy got an acting gig from that commercial? And then
Good for him.
was just killed off.
Isn't that the point? Wait, what?
No, seriously. Guys, I didn't know this. I was reading a Showbiz 411 piece last night. The Liberty Bibbity actor, his name is Tanner Novlin. He got a job on the soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful.
He looks like a soap opera guy.
He got a job after being in that Liberty Bibbity Mutual commercial, flubbing his lines.
Riffing.
Yeah, just riffing. Tanner Novlin, Novlan. He is in the insurance commercial, obviously. It ran, over a year ago. And then it just started running again in the last couple of days or weeks. But apparently, the commercial caught the attention of the casting director at the CBS soap, The Bold and the Beautiful.
This kid's great.
He was hired as a doctor. He was hired as a doctor, and he played a character by the name of Finn.
Okay.
All right. So in July of 2020.
But Finn was just killed off last week.
Yeah, in July he was.
His mother shot him dead.
Oh my God.
Finn
Wait a
fans
minute.
are going to be destroyed.
So the Liberty Bibbity dude got a real acting job on The Bold and the Beautiful, and then his mother on the TV show shot him dead. Yeah, Coop.
All right, so we're getting calls. We have a Bold and the Beautiful expert on the line.
Yes.
So she knows about the
there.
story if you want to talk to her.
Absolutely.
Is that the one with the midget and the witch and all that?
So the character's name is Dr. John Finnegan.
Okay.
And Finn is his
But
nickname.
his character was Finn.
And he entered the storyline in July of 2020.
Okay. All right, let me go to phones on this. Fester, where's my call
This is
screen?
Mika from Wesley Chapel.
It's Mika. Hey, Mika in Wesley Chapel, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. You guys are talking about psychopath Sheila Carter, who killed her son in an alley behind a restaurant.
And it's the Liberty Bibbity guy, right?
Yes, it is. I couldn't even believe that he actually got the job, because when we found out that this character, Steffi Forrester, was getting ready to get married, or she was going to have a love interest, everybody was super duper excited.
Right.
But then when we saw that it was him, it was like, what the hell?
It's the goofy dude that can't remember his lines on the Liberty commercial in front of the Statue of Liberty. All right, now, did he remember his lines on The Bold and the Beautiful?
He definitely remembered his lines on The Bold and the Beautiful, but as the storyline went on, there really wasn't much for him to do because he played a doctor.
And they killed him. So the psycho mother shot him dead in an alley last week?
Yes, but the thing is, basically his mom wanted to have a relationship with him. They found out during his wedding that he was actually adopted. He was given birth to by a psychopath who's actually been on two different soap operas. She was actually on The Young and the Restless, and then they transitioned her over to The Bold and the Beautiful.
So
Wow.
this woman, Kimberly Brown, has been around for a long
My
time.
God,
Do you have a blog?
You're a bold and the beautiful expert. Hey, Froggy, that was a good question. That's right. I don't watch many soaps.
It just hit me. Remember that weird one
There
with
was
the Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, what was that weird soap where they had like the wizards and
Passions.
Passion. Oh my God.
And the little person?
I never watched that. My sister watches that, or she watched it.
Yeah, I flipped over that one time like years ago. I'm like, what am I on like
There was a demon. Remember the demon baby?
I thought I was on shrooms or something.
Remember they were looking at the sonogram and they go, oh my God, it has horns. And it was a demon child.
Hey, Mika, thanks for listening, Mika. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mika.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Look
I
at
got
that.
a crazy soap opera story.
Oh, what happened with the Biden sticker dude?
I texted him. I assume it's a him.
Well, I told you
It's
to call.
I called him too.
Right.
It's a 505 something number. I lost him.
She couldn't
already.
get hold of him.
571. I don't know where that is.
He didn't
So
answer.
when I was a kid, my mom raised us on soap operas. That's all we did from the time we were out of the womb. Is All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital every single day. And then I grew up and I became friends with someone just coincidentally who was on One Life to Live. So we became good enough friends over the years. And then I went to his wedding. And at his wedding was literally, because the characters stay on the show forever, were all these characters that I'd grown up watching on TV, like Asa Buchanan
That's
and
crazy.
Vicki Lord. And it
I
was
have no idea who
trippy.
the hell they are, but thanks.
One Life to Live fans
All right,
know what I'm talking
Gotcha.
about. Okay.
All right, so
You're welcome.
this is crazy. A woman went number 2 in her cheating boyfriend's car seat.
Isn't that one of the lyrics of the Carrie Underwood song? Now, now do a number 2 in your pickup truck.
I don't think
That is.
That is.
Carved my name into their leather seats.
All right. Tia Weathers, 32 years old, shot a video. It's gone viral. And she caught her boyfriend apparently getting a little too up close and comfy with another woman. So she poops in his car seat, in the front seat of his car. Coop, is there any audio from this story?
Yes, I did. I was able to pull some. It's a very long story, but I shortened it.
Yeah.
And it's really gross, but kind of funny.
Okay.
Well, can we air it?
You know, I say we figure it out as we go along.
Would you?
Okay.
Because
All right, that is the wrong answer.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Live on the radio, that doesn't work.
Would you bet your job on it?
I'd bet anything on my job,
This
even if I
woman-
knew I was wrong.
Tia Weathers is from South Bend, Indiana, and she told Kennedy News Media it was just on time that I needed to use the bathroom. She said that when she gets very anxious, she has to go to the bathroom anyway.
Who doesn't?
And
it's normal.
I'm very anxious right
They
now.
call it butterflies.
Decided to use her boyfriend's car seat as a toilet because she was angry at him. My God, this thing is like racking up like millions of views at this point.
Just real.
All right, Coop.
I say we do it.
All right, let me hear the audio. I'll have my finger on the dump button, so to speak.
When I get to the house, lo and behold, his car is parked in the driveway like it's supposed to be there. And my stomach is already on fire on the way over there because I already knew what I was going to find. Like, I already knew. So I'm knocking on the door. I'm calling him. I am honking, like outside looking like a complete idiot, okay? So after maybe like 5 minutes of honking and doing the absolute most outside and them inside doing whatever they were doing, not caring about me, it dawns on me to like go to his car. And like first my intention was to like do something to the car, to damage the car, of course. But I didn't have any weapons on me like to hurt the car. But I did have my bubble guts. So I opened the front door. So I did my thing in the front seat.
Did she say bubble gut? She said bubble guts. I did have my bubble
Opened the door and did her thing in the front seat of the car while her boyfriend was, I guess, getting a little sweet with another woman inside. Is this a real story? What do you think? Is this real?
Then she took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights.
Then revved up her bubble guts in my backseat.
No, it's the front seat.
Maybe
Front seat.
next time he'll think.
Coop, is there more?
There's some more, yeah.
I do. Is it okay to broadcast?
I mean, is it worse than bubble guts?
Well, I did bleep things, but you know.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I was really quick about it because I was scared that they were going to come outside and see me defecating in his front seat. And then I wiped with my shirt, of course.
Oh, my God.
This is a lot of information.
Oh, my God.
That's definitely in the song.
Take off your shirt and clean yourself up.
Oh, my God. This is terrible.
We can keep going.
All right, go ahead.
And I hopped back in my car and I took the off. But when I left, I sent him a text message. The text message was very cryptic. It was like, since you want to put me through all this, you can sit in my.
Oh, all right, I dumped that. That part I dumped.
Clever use of words.
Even though you bleeped it. Holy moly.
It's just a little descriptive.
It remains on the stream. It remains on MJTV, but I dumped it off the broadcast.
Whoa.
Listen, I think it was acceptable. It was all bleeped out, but I don't know. I just felt a little uncomfortable. What a nut. What a sight. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was the part I was kind of worried about.
Yeah, well, I dumped that part.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Thanks for telling us after the point.
Then she slashed all 4 tires.
She went number 2 in her cheating boyfriend's car.
What kind of car is it? I need more information.
Yeah, I don't have the actual kind of car. Well, you know what? The moral of the story is always to lock your car.
Yeah.
Make sure you lock your car door. How about that?
Little chirp chirp on the way out. Lock it up.
Unbelievable. Hey, we told you last week that Lady Gaga's dog walker was rudely awakened when he found out that his shooter was released accidentally. You know, I didn't see an update over the weekend whether the guy was recaptured. But last week we told you the story that Ryan Fisher, the Lady Gaga dog walker, who was trying to hold on to Lady Gaga's French bulldogs when those guys pulled up in the car and tried to steal the dogs, and the dog walker ended up getting shot. He survived, obviously, but the guy is like totally worried. The guy's totally concerned that the last we heard that the shooter was accidentally released after a paperwork mishap at the L.A. County Jail, a clerical error. And now Ryan Fisher says he's, quote, deeply concerned after the shooter was accidentally released. James Howard Jackson, 19, one of the 3 men accused of shooting and robbing Fisher, a little over a year ago, February of 2021, was released from custody last Wednesday. Now, is there any word that he's been recaptured? What's the story, Fester?
Yeah, so I just put his name into Google and the word caught, and there's nothing. There's no stories of him being recaptured.
I think the guy's still on the loose.
Wow.
He has a big throat tattoo of flaming dice.
Sweet.
And he's on the run. There's a manhunt for him right now in Los Angeles.
Jeez.
Better buy some turtlenecks.
That's terrible. That is absolutely awful. All right, hey, when we get back, what about the Steelers quarterback? Is that
man Terry Bradshaw? Is he okay?
All right, hold on, Froggy. This is no joking matter.
This is crazy.
So sad.
Oh, it's a sad story.
Yeah. Well, obviously you don't know the story, Froggy, but
Terry
I
Bradshaw.
can't make a Terry Bradshaw joke.
Terry Bradshaw's fine. Ben Roethlisberger's fine.
it's a terrible story about one of the Steelers quarterbacks.
Yikes.
And it happened like right near my brother's house too.
Did it really?
My brother lives like a few minutes from right there.
Oh no.
All right, hold on, man. We're loaded. I got a pile of stuff that we got to get to. Another long chunk of MJ is next. Also, do you know about second choices when it comes to marriage?
Nope.
Second choice marriage. Hold on. This is very, very fascinating. Michelle, by the way, sent me a link to this story. I had already had it, and then Michelle sent me the link. I'm like, uh-oh. Second choice in marriage? What does that mean? I think you're going to want to hear this coming up next. Folks, let's talk BMW. If you are... 5 MJ and the crew here, 9:01 on this Monday, and a lot of ground to cover. Final hour of the show, and we might even grab some phone calls here on the whole second choice marriage thing. Now, Rox, when I say second choice marriage, is that pretty self-explanatory?
Yes, it means that your first marriage was an arranged marriage by your family, and your second one, you actually got to choose your spouse.
No. Where'd you come up with that?
That's not a bad answer. You said second choice.
No. Second choice. Second one you get to choose.
No, second choice means that in your first marriage, which hopefully that's all you have, but a second choice marriage is you didn't marry your first choice. You didn't end up marrying. This is all.
Well, you married your first choice, and then you
No,
got married.
no,
again.
no,
You got married, but not to your first choice.
You got married to your second choice. You did not get married, whether you're a man or a woman, you did not get married to what would have been your first choice, who you wanted to be your spouse.
All right, so I hear stories of like old ass people where like they're in love as teenagers, and he goes off to war, and she never sees him again, and she ends up marrying the guy who's like the local butcher, and lives with him for 50 years. He kicks the bucket.
They die or they get divorced or whatever.
And they get back together as old people.
I had an aunt and uncle that did that.
What happened with your deal?
They were just like in high school, they were like dating, and then they got back together when they were like 60.
My God.
They got married.
Really?
Yeah.
An uncle?
It's a lovely story.
I'd like to do you now. It's been a while.
Fester, what is wrong with you today?
I mean, it looks like a ramen noodle now.
Remember when we made love 42?
No, I'm just turning. I just
Fester,
turned
you're
Fester's
being
mic off.
outrageous, dude.
I'm just turning Fester's
Fester,
mic
I
off.
think it's
We
about
only make jokes here. You understand that, right? We only make jokes.
No,
That's
but
what we're doing.
And promote his IG.
That's true.
Hang on, this is very common apparently, or it's more common than a lot of people realize that people don't end up with their first choice. Now,
is there a sex that does that more than the other?
it doesn't. The story that I saw, it doesn't say.
A missionary, Rox.
Fester, you're a
That's not even. That's
I-
it isn't even.
I don't know.
That wasn't even a joke.
I'm feeling a little punchy. That's
You
fine.
are. You're. I don't know what your deal is today.
That's all right.
You medicate?
You know what? Really, Fester, there are some indications of late that are making me question whether you have some health issues going on.
Well, he hasn't been a doctor in over a decade.
I'm serious.
so-
There are some things that you've been doing. It's like, I'm wondering if you literally have some undiagnosed ailments.
Oh, please.
I got
You're
one-
the one that looks like you have extra chromosomes.
Yeah, listen, I have something.
What?
All right, stop.
All right.
I do have something I want you to diagnose, but
All right, I want to go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. I would like to talk to men, women, whomever. Did you get married to your second choice?
People aren't going to admit this.
Well, that's what I want to find out. Will you admit this? Did you end up marrying not your first choice?
In like fantasy women, like when I was in high school, like I wanted to marry like Sandra Bullock.
No, it's not a fantasy.
Okay.
No. We're talking about a real situation
All right.
that you dated somebody and then it didn't work out, but you really should have married them, that they would have been your first choice. All right, let's go to phones on this. And Rox, what do you say? They're not going to admit that?
Yeah, I don't think people are going to admit this.
That's why I want to
Because
go
what
to
if their spouse is listening?
800-990-1047. What do you think about people marrying their second choice is actually more common than people realize? You didn't marry your first choice. Would you like to fess up? Or do you know somebody that this applies to? 800-990-1047. I have no idea what kind of phone volume we might get on this. This is certainly, potentially a little touchy. Is there anybody listening right now that you're married? Hey, you might be happily married, but you're married to your second choice, not the first choice that if you had your druthers, that would have been your wife. That would have been your husband. All right, 800-990-1047. Or if you just want to weigh in on this, any thoughts about this? Yeah, Cooper's screening calls. The phones are ringing. So,
This is a tough one.
hey, Fester, this is where you bring up the call
phone-
screener.
it's right
Thank
there.
you very much.
There you go.
All right, let me grab, we got a call on hold. And Cooper's screening more. Richie is in
Apollo Beach.
Apollo Beach. Richie, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Richie.
Good morning, young fella.
Good morning, young fella.
Oh, God.
All right. Hey, Richie, so did this happen to you? Did you not marry your first choice?
I did not.
Uh-oh. Are you still married to your second choice?
I am not, thank God.
Oh, all right. So, Richie, what happened? Give us the story.
So I met, let's see, it was 2002. I was working in Manhattan, and I had met up with my high school sweetheart. Had a ton of history. I thought there'd be a lot there. At the same time, I met another girl who really was the one that I wanted. She was from Queens. She was a really good chick. She had her stuff together, and it was all great. Had to make a choice, try to do the right thing, and I figured, I'd go one way or the other and not do what most men would do, and I chose the high school girl because we had history, we had prom, we had, all that stuff.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
No, we didn't have much of that.
All right, okay. All right, so what happened?
So 4 years later, fast forward, I got divorced and re-hooked up with the Queens girl who was my confidant, who I wasn't starting to mess around with yet, but I certainly had that triangle in my body.
Yeah.
She was, she was my go-to girl, and she was the advice girl, and she was, she was everything.
And you're telling me 4 years later she was still hanging around and available?
I wouldn't say she was hanging around waiting. She did her thing. She had her life. It just so happened that she was available when I became available. So
Wow.
it worked out quite well.
And are you still with your Queens go-to girl now?
Yeah, bro, we moved to Apollo Beach together.
Wow, where in Queens? Like Maspeth or what?
She was born and raised in Glendale. I was born and raised in Long Island.
Very good. All right, buddy. Hey, great story. Thanks for calling in.
Later, man.
Yeah, thanks, Richie.
Bye-bye. Look at that. That was a good story. Let me grab Joe is in Tampa. Hey, Joe, MJ Morning Show. And the question is, did you settle for your second choice?
Yes, I did. Unfortunately.
Oh, all right. What happened to the first choice? What happened there?
We were high school sweethearts, went to prom together. She was my first, and after we graduated, her mom told her that she needed to break up with me, that I would never amount to anything.
Well, was she right? Did you ever amount to anything?
Well, I spent 30 years in the aircraft industry, so...
So no.
No, it sounds like you had a great career. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
So what's the end story here?
I dated my second choice for 6 months and married her, was married for 28 years. And she divorced me from a guy from church.
Met a guy in church and threw you to the curb?
Yep.
Yep. Did the Lord approve of that?
The Lord blessed.
Hey, Joe, thanks for the call. 800-990-1047. Again, the question is that it is not that uncommon that people settle. They marry their second choice, and apparently it's very common. Look at all the calls we're getting here.
You know, it's odd. I thought that we would hear more from women.
Well, we have Mimi.
Okay.
Yeah, the first two calls were guys. Ladies, Roxanne is calling you out. Let's go. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Mimi's in Sarasota. Hey, Mimi, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, thanks. Okay, here's the deal. Was in college, freshman college, Florida Southern College. And I'm a freshman. I meet this junior, and we start dating, and I date my whole time in college, and I got lavaliered, we got pinned, and he went off to law school, and he said, I don't care if you date other people, that's fine. And I was waiting for a ring for Christmas, nope, didn't get a ring for my birthday, for Christmas, and I thought this is the guy. So anyways, there was a date function. This other young man, Steve, said, hey, Phyllis.
Was it the debutante ball?
No, it was just a
lavalier. I know all those cute terms.
It was a fraternity party.
Right.
And he said, will you go just because we'd known each other? We'd been in PE together in freshman year and stuff. And I said, sure, I'll just go. And he knew everybody knew I was pinned a guy who was in law school. So I came home from that date, and I realized that this person I dated for 3.5 years was not the one. He was the one I thought was the choice. And I said to my roommate, I just met the man I'm going to marry.
Wow.
And so poor Steve, he didn't know what him, because I was after him. And then I got Miss Florida Southern College. I got crowned, and my boy I was pinned to came, and I said, I have some good news, bad news. I'm Miss Florida Southern, but I'm breaking up.
Oh. Wow. All right, so
typical beauty
I would have been divorced with him within a couple of years, even though I thought he was the one.
Why would you, hold on a minute, why would you have been divorced within a couple of years if you married the first guy?
Basically, he was so self-centered. When you'd go out, he'd talk about himself all the time, and I can't stand that.
All right, so the obvious question is, what happened with the second guy?
The one that I married?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, he's the love of my life. We're getting ready to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, my God, that's fantastic.
He was what I was looking for, but I didn't know it. And then when I was with this first guy, and I thought, well, I can just put up with some of these things. And then thank the good Lord that I didn't. And, this first guy, anyway.
Fantastic. Thanks for the story, Mimi. Appreciate it. Let me grab one more. We got to move on. We got a lot to cover here. We got the football player down in Fort Lauderdale, which is just crazy. Also, you see that Home Depot that's going to be closed for a few hours?
Yeah, a little while, right?
Oh, my God. What a story. Art is in Sarasota as well. All right, one more call on this, then we're going to move on. Hey, Art, MJ Morning Show. Did you marry your second choice?
Good morning, and yes, I did.
Oh, Art.
And was this a good thing or a bad thing, Art?
We're divorced. We had 23 years of marriage. We have 3 beautiful children. We still get together for the holidays and things like that. But it just didn't work out.
What happened to the first choice?
I was a pro basketball coach in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Before I came back to the States, and I met somebody there. And when you're in Europe, your contract is only, in those days, it was only 8 months or so. So I met somebody. I came back to the States. I met somebody else who turned out to be my wife, and she was engaged to somebody else when I met her.
Hold on, you ripped her out of an engagement?
Typical basketball
I wouldn't
guy.
call it that, but yeah, so to speak. So I was going back to Europe.
You slam dunked the first guy?
Well, she got in touch with the first guy, and I gave her an ultimatum. I was going back to Europe. I had to go, and I said, here's the plane ticket. I'll meet you at Tampa Airport. If you don't show, we're done. Jeez. So she went. She came.
Wow.
And she went over with me, and we weren't getting along, and I knew that we were going to have issues, and she wanted to go back to the States. And I got her a plane ticket, and I said, "Why do you want to go back?" And she said, "Well, I'm pregnant."
With the other guy's baby?
Sorry?
With your baby or the other guy's baby?
No, mine.
Oh.
And we wanted to do the right thing. We thought we'd make it work. And when I sent her back to the States, when I got home, we got married. And as I said, we had 3 beautiful children.
23 years.
And things work out for a reason. I'm so blessed and grateful to her as a great mother. It just didn't work out between the 2 of us.
Wow.
But we love our kids.
Are you still in the professional or basketball business or what?
No, I actually, when I got out of basketball, I started getting into baseball. So I was the PA announcer for the Pirates, Reds, and Braves. I know Roxanne. I met her at Clear Channel in Sarasota when I was on the Scott and Jake show.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh, good to
As
hear.
a
That's
basketball
right.
contributor.
Okay.
Wow.
Roxanne, how are you?
Good to talk with you.
Hey, great to
talk
have
with
you.
you too.
Great to have you on, buddy. Thanks for the story.
Yeah, good story.
Thank you. And I listen to you guys every day. I'm glad you're back.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
If we ever need a PA announcer, we'll keep you on hot standby.
Yeah, we need a PA announcer for the MJ Morning Show.
We need a PA announcer.
And now,
coming in.
batting first, it's MJ.
That's not how it goes.
You'd be riding the bench.
You haven't spent a lot of time.
Roxanne's heard her fair share of baseball PA announcers. Trust her.
Do you want me to take another one, Coop?
Yeah, this is another female perspective.
All right, hold on a minute. All right, last, I was going to move on, but let me just grab
This
one
is
more.
anonymous.
Anonymous. Anonymous is on the line. Hello, Anonymous. It's the MJ Morning Show.
Hey there, MJ.
Good morning.
Hey guys, how are you?
Everyone's great. So what's the story? You have a comment on marrying your second choice, not your first?
Right. So I went with more stability than passion. And I've been married 18 years. We've had a great marriage, 2 kids, still going today. But he's more like a friend, more best friend, than more of a passionate lover. So even though it's great, I really question my choice every day because I think I should have went with passion.
Hang on, your phone is breaking up a little bit. All right, so wait, you went with stability over passion, but you're doubting yourself. You wish that you would have gone with your first choice and not the stability.
Correct.
How long have you been married?
Even though my life is great,
Right.
Yeah, I would have rathered the hot, passionate, romance.
Well, all right. So how long have you been married to stability and no passion?
18 years.
Mr. Responsible.
And then what happened to Mr. Oozing Passion?
Tell you the truth, I don't know. We used to keep in touch for the first few years, of the marriage, and then just lost touch.
Now, does your husband of 18 years, does he know about this other guy that was Mr. Sex Man?
Yeah, he kind of knew, but, it was just, went with the one that I knew would provide a good, stable home, had a lot of money, and I went with that over passion. I will now tell my kids to definitely choose the passion over stability because I definitely.
All right, so hold on. Let me get this straight. Hey, kids.
horrible message.
Yeah. Hey, kids. Don't go with your father. Go with the other guy. Yeah. Don't go with the guy that I ended up marrying. No, go with. I mean, that's kind of a weird message to tell your kids.
Write some romance novels. Get it out of your
you
system that way.
I mean, that's sort of like.
Yeah, but I don't.
Wow.
That's sort of like kids. I kind of wish you weren't here because I should have been with the other guy and not the guy that's your father.
Mommy, what?
Yeah, see this
Well,
beauty.
I don't think I would tell them like that. I just would more encourage them to follow their passion and follow like what they feel versus.
Well, listen, I totally get it. I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to cut through the chase and kind of like hit everyone over the head with the real brutal reality. You know,
after you initially say there's going to be a couple of questions about why you feel this way, forget about the stable life your father and I have worked to provide for you.
You know what's funny? I got into this debate one time with a friend of mine who's actually a gay man. And he was telling me, Roxanne, sex goes away. All of that goes, you've been with someone long enough, that's not what,
goes away.
Not goes away, but like it doesn't get you excited like it used to. That passion or that fire sort of peters out. And so, but my thought process is no, you have to pick someone that you at least initially had that with, because then you can look back in hindsight and be like, oh, remember when we used to really want to rip each other's clothes off, So it's an interesting debate.
Yeah, it was never like that. I mean, we had a pretty decent, but nothing like what I've had in past boyfriends, and that's what I miss. And, if I could do it all over again, yes, I would change it. But, I'm very happy with my life still to this day. And, we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I ever leave, though.
All right, let us know. Thanks for listening, and thanks for checking in. We appreciate it.
Husband must be working
all right,
with
you guys
nothing.
are awesome. Take care. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Millimeter Peter.
What?
I was just wondering if that's his name's Peter, right?
I mean, I think that's what she said. She was anonymous, but her husband's name is Peter with the millimeter.
I thought she's... guys, what do you... when we get back...
I mean, that's so offensive to the husband. I feel bad for him.
If I'm recognizing my wife's anonymous voice, she's coming home to divorce papers.
All of that, all of those calls and this discussion, folks, because people marry their second choice. It's more common than people know or people believe. All right, when we get back, the horrible story of this Steelers quarterback. I mean, getting hit by a dump truck. I mean, what?
There's a lot of questions that haven't been answered here.
And that's the point.
And I don't know if they'll ever be answered.
No. Well, right now, that's the deal. That there are no answers to obvious questions. We've got a lot. I've got a lightning. Also, we got a local St. Pete story that's making the national headlines again that make us look all buffoonish. Oh, boy. You know about the cat being used as a weapon?
Yep.
All right. We got a cat being used to batter a girlfriend. All right. Hang on. We're jammed up. We're loaded next. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is coming up in just a bit, so stand by. what the hell was this third-string Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback doing walking on I-595 west at the I-95 interchange in Fort Lauderdale? If you know the area, folks, 595 is what you take to the east to get right into the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. It's 595 goes toward the water at that point, and the airport is right past the I-95 interchange. And you have this quarterback, this Steelers third-string quarterback.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins.
That was walking on the road and apparently ran across and got run over by a dump truck. I'm like, I mean, to come up with the most bizarre story, yeah, an NFL quarterback is going to be hit by a dump truck.
It's horrific.
I mean, it's nuts.
So did you hear the latest as to why he may have been doing that?
What I saw last night, the last I saw was last night, and there are still a million questions and no answers.
Some people are thinking he may have run out of gas.
Where's the car?
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that. I mean, I think that the story would say that he left an abandoned vehicle. Every story that I saw as of late last night was there is still a total mystery. Everyone is shrugging their shoulders, hands in the air, saying, what the hell was this guy doing on 595 at I-95 in Lauderdale at 6:37 in the morning where a dump truck runs the guy over?
I mean, if there's a stalled out car a half a mile up the road and it's his car and it's out of gas and he gets hit by the dump truck, you could piece it together, but there's no car.
As you can imagine, the team is devastated.
Absolutely.
The coach is devastated. You know, Mike Tomlin, of course, is the Steelers coach.
He used to be a Bucs coach.
And they love this guy. You know, this guy's been in the NFL since 2019. He was first with the Washington Redskins, and then as a third-string quarterback with the Steelers.
He was a star at Ohio State.
Yeah, they just re-signed him. He just signed a new one-year contract worth $2.5 million. And Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers, says, I'm devastated and at a loss for words. Now, he was down in Fort Lauderdale because there was a little bit of a workout. Steelers quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers were doing some kind of a training session. That's why he was in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather, and a lot of the guys are getting together to have a workout.
And then 6:37 in the morning on Saturday morning, he's running across the interstate and gets mowed over by a freaking dump truck. I mean, this is the most far-fetched, bizarre story. If I said, oh, yeah, NFL quarterback's going to be run over by a dump truck on I-95 or 595 in South Florida, come on. Give me a break. That's not going to happen.
I'm on Total Pro Sports, and they say many have since claimed that Haskins got out of his vehicle on the highway because he had run out of gas.
Okay.
But this information has not been confirmed,
Yeah.
but it would make sense.
And again, every story that I saw as of last night, he was just walking on the highway and got hit by a dump truck.
Everything is speculation right now.
Yeah, it is.
And if there were a car that ran out of gas, it would have been found by now.
Don't you think that authorities would have said something officially? It's just an odd, awkward story. Just unbelievable. All right, Tampa Bay area, St. Petersburg. Morning shows are making fun of us again all over the country right now. Why? Woman here in St. Petersburg has been arrested for domestic battery. Why? Used a cat as a weapon against her girlfriend.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
There are so many jokes I have that I can't say ever.
All kinds of pussycat jokes? Is that?
Why can't you say them?
It's so many cat jokes.
Police said things escalated after Susan Freudenthal. Is there any Schadenfreudenthal here? Oh, I'm experiencing some Schadenfreudenthal.
Susan Freudenthal.
Yeah, it's Susan Freudenthal, 53, and her girlfriend. They got into a throwdown. According to the police affidavit here. So the actual incident happened in Largo, but the woman, I guess, is from St. Pete, and she was accused of grabbing the cat and using the cat as a scratching device.
Oh, that's smart.
According to the police report, Freudenthal grabbed the cat, held it up to her girlfriend's face, and swore on the animal's life that she was not cheating. The animal in distress then scratched the girlfriend's face. The woman had multiple lacerations on her face. First of
Just a cat.
Now, listen, I'm not a real cat fan, but don't most indoor cats get declawed?
No,
is that
not anymore. That's bad.
That's a bad thing now. Is that it?
Inhumane to take
All right,
their...
fine. I'm sorry.
But in the past, yes,
Right.
but usually just their front claws.
But then cats that got declawed, or cats that lived in the house, that's why they'd have those scratching posts. Is that why?
Yeah.
All right.
So, but
All
yeah,
right.
if you declaw your cat and he makes it outdoors and he gets into a fight, he has nothing
All
to
right, so
defend
the girlfriend's face was just the scratching post.
Essentially, that's
Yeah.
what it is. And this poor cat must have been very scared as one angry person is holding the cat up, swearing on its life.
You see what the cat's name was?
What?
Mr. Peepers.
Get out of here.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's not.
Let's say that's from that movie.
What is that from?
Meet the Parents?
I don't- Mr.
Meet the Fockers?
No, that's Jinxie Cat.
No, Jinx.
Yeah,
That's Jinxie.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the only movie I can think of with a cat.
Anyway, the
Jinxie.
animal scratched the girlfriend's face. Police went to the home, arrested Freudenthal for domestic battery. I was just thinking about battery, and what's the symbol on the Eveready battery?
A cat.
It's the black
Is
cat.
it a black
yeah.
cat?
Yeah, so we got real battery here. Freudenthal was released on her own recognizance, according to the reports. But guess what? Combing through the police records, it's been determined that it was her second arrest for domestic battery since last March of 2021. So it sounds like we got a little issue here.
All right, so Mr. Peepers was the name of the cat on The Golden Girls.
Oh, was it?
I thought Mr. Peepers was a character on SNL.
That's Toonces, the driving cat.
Okay.
I think Mr. Peepers has been used in a couple of damn things. But great. Now we're using cats to scratch girlfriends' faces in a domestic altercation. And it's right here, folks, in Pinellas County. So the rest of the country's making fun of us once again. Unbelievable. Hey, you've got a 2-year-old. Has your 2-year-old ever shoved crap up her nose?
No, she put stuff in her toes, though.
Oh, man, I had to take my kid to the hospital because of a peanut.
When was that? How old?
He was like 3.
Yeah. 2-year-old boy from the Ozarks is making a remarkable recovery after suffering complications after inhaling a rock.
Oh, that's gross.
Caleb and Savannah Slater said their son, Riker, inhaled a rock a little over 2 weeks ago at daycare. The rock settled in his right lung.
Oh, my God.
Are you serious?
It went through his nostril?
Down his trachea and into his lung?
That doesn't rock.
He must have swallowed it. It was just with a big inhale.
My
Did
God.
you think a big inhale?
You know what the crazy thing is? You know what the 2-year-old's favorite comedian is?
Chris.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
What, Sebastian Maniscalco?
No, it's...
At least it was just a regular rock and not
But
like a.
I didn't know that you could inhale something and have it get into your lung like that? A rock? I mean, I understand like a small dust particle, but a rock?
Like my kid put a peanut in his nose when he was a kid and then like accidentally breathed it up and they had to blow it out through the other nostril at the hospital. Yeah. It was awesome.
There are some cases where they have to do surgery to get stuff out. My brother shoved a color form up his nose. It was up there for like a month and a half.
A what?
You remember color forms?
No.
Oh, come on.
What's a color form?
Come on. You don't know. Do they still have color forms? All right, Roxanne, do you know what a color form is?
It sounds familiar, but I do not.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Fester, do you know what a color form is?
Is it those foamy letters?
No. Oh, my God. Am I the only... Froggy, you don't know what a color form is?
I can tell you again.
I guess they still have them.
All right, Coop, do you know what a color form
Coop's
is?
not going to know.
I have no idea
Oh,
what that
you know,
is.
I do know what these are, and I love them. But
How
I
do you-
didn't know
oh,
that's what they're called.
That's the brand name, of course. How do you know? How do you love them and not know that they're called color forms?
Because I I don't think this is exclusive to Color Form.
Those vinyl
They're
stickers.
Sticker adventure stories.
It's the brand name. Color Forms are those little vinyl-y plastic stickers that you'd make things and they like stuck like via like static electricity or whatever
to the not the tablet, to the screen or the scene.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I had a Batman Color Form.
See, you had them.
Yeah.
How do you not know the name Color Form?
I did because
it's synonymous.
I had Cool Toys.
Yeah.
I didn't play with Color Form.
All right.
I had Nintendo.
MJ.
What?
Not to go backwards, but
yes.
Roxanne was right and wrong all at the same time.
Oh, no. You found the Mr. Peepers sketch?
Mr. Peepers is from Saturday Night Live. It did have nothing to do with a cat, though.
I didn't say it had to do with
Okay,
that.
well, I was making sure.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. Go ahead.
It led to monkeys and humans. Joining us today to shed light on this remarkable discovery from the University of Amsterdam, Dr. Peter Himberger. Peter.
And then Mr. Peepers, is that Chris Kattan?
Yeah, it's Chris Kattan getting held by...
This is Mr. Peepers. He comes to us from the Amazon rainforest and is a descendant of the Eosimius primate. As you can see, I'm particularly large for a primate this size. Now,
he's just throwing beakers and bottles.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Is it?
Oh, that's right. Then he eats the apple. Yeah.
occasional problems for
Is this
the funniest Chris Kattan ever has been?
Yeah, he's spitting the apple parts.
Now, Peepers possesses a remarkable intelligence. For example, Peepers, what is the color of a stop sign? Red. Excellent.
All right, so
I'm dying.
All right, so there was Mr. Peepers on Saturday Night Live.
You know
as well.
why you know that's so good? Because you don't even realize that's Will there.
I gotta see that.
My
Chris
God.
Kattan is hilarious in that.
All right.
I forgot about that.
All right, final moments of the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, the Home Depot out in California. Which one was this? This was San Jose. Man, that place is a total loss. How much average inventory is in one Home Depot?
Oh my gosh!
Does anyone know?
I mean,
look that up. That's got to be online. How much average inventory in a Home Depot? It's got to be $25 million, right?
I would guess
more than that.
I mean, just inventory, Froggy. Not talking about the building.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the physical plant, but there were
just in shelving alone, multi-millions
a
of dollars.
massive Home Depot fire. The place looks like it's a total, complete loss. Firefighters finally contained the fire. Was so big, they're saying that it showed up on a National Weather Service satellite. It showed up on a weather satellite, the smoke plume and everything. Massive. 5-alarm structure fire, 5 p.m. on Saturday. And they say the fire broke out in the lumber area. So what the hell happened? What did somebody like drop a cigarette into a pile of sawdust? What?
Drop my cigarette in a thing of tinder.
But can you imagine the loss? An entire Home Depot completely gutted and like burned almost to the ground.
Yeah, one day there's your neighborhood Home Depot, and the next day it's burned down.
Next
Going
day,
to Scotty's.
No, you go to Lowe's.
Yeah.
Scotty's not around anymore, but yeah, you're going to Lowe's.
Best thing to happen. You know, the Ace Hardware guy is thrilled.
Ace Hardware guy is going, yeah.
Ace is the place.
Did you find out how much inventory in an average Home Depot, Fester?
No, I mean, $16 billion in total inventory across all their stores, according to the internets. I don't know. I can't find that exactly.
25 million sounds about right.
I just can't imagine. And then what about all the chemicals in there, all the paint thinner, and there's a lot of flammable items inside a Home Depot.
This is
grills.
A toxic fire.
It's lined with propane tanks.
That's true. You got the the blue Rhino propane tanks right outside, inside the cages. But you know what was nice though? The Home Depot was like right in a shopping center, and there were adjacent shopping center stores right next door to this Home Depot, and directly next door is a vet, a big vet clinic, and there were all kinds of dogs and cats in crates, like getting treated or recovering from little doggy or kitty surgery. So luckily, all the animals are okay. People rushed in. Yeah, people rushed in to grab all the animals. There was some.
God, it's like the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm typing in Pee-wee's Big Adventure animal scene.
But I saw there was, I think one of the employees put like 16 animals in his car.
Pee-wee.
That's like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's exactly
Cats
what
and dogs. Seriously, that's right.
Yes.
I gotta save the snakes.
It was the pet store on fire. That's right. So I oh my God. After the masturbation issue at the theater in Sarasota, Paul Rubens actually is working as a vet tech at this vet place.
Oh, he was just being a guy.
In San Jose.
Here's the pet shop.
Well, what did you say? He was just what?
Just being a guy,
Oh,
being
come
a
on.
Pee-wee. Being a Pee-wee Herman. It's not like he was doing anything horrible to anybody else. He was doing all the horrible things to himself.
Was he in a park or was he? I always get confused. Or was he in a movie theater?
He was in an adult theater in Sarasota.
right.
He
Okay.
wasn't like in the, the Cinema 8 in downtown or anything.
It was Pee-wee's Little Adventure.
I don't know. It was too little.
How do you get caught for that, Pee-wee? Just saying.
But
for real.
The Home Depot situation, did they rebuild? I mean, this place has to be bulldozed.
Did they wait till the last to save the snakes?
If Home Depot does not rebuild the entire store, I'm going to call them the biggest bunch of home improvement hypocrites.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
They've got to rebuild.
But wait a minute, they're going to go to Lowe's to get all the supplies down the street.
I'm sure there's another Home Depot like 4 miles away.
I'm
if
sure
it's out
there
in
is.
San Jose.
Man,
Home Depot music.
That's the home dum 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 dum.
That just
dum.
melted.
Hey, Coop, give me the Home Depot music real quick, all right?
Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah, we should have had that playing during the whole entire deal.
Job, Coop.
Yeah, we should have been playing the Home Depot music.
Spring cleaning at the Home
I was
Depot.
looking for Lowe's, my bad.
I don't think Lowe's has music, but the Home Depot music is very well known. Do you have it, Coop?
Doesn't Julian rock
not
that
yet.
on his iPod?
I could. Oh yeah. Well, Julian, I think has it.
He loves that.
I think Fester's got it
All right,
first.
here's
Yeah. Fire! Get out!
This spring at the Home Depot,
Hot sales.
if you need a good deal on a charcoal grill, it's too bad it's melted. It's burned to the ground at the Home Depot.
Sorry.
For the ones that get it done. Or is that, that's Granger. Is that Granger?
That's Granger.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Granger. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
All right. All right, final items before we get out of here today. Chris Rock, did you see? You can shut it off now, Fester. Did you see what Chris Rock is saying? Chris Rock is saying he's not going to talk about the Will Smith actors or Oscars slap until he gets paid.
Good for him.
He's getting
Yeah.
Where's he
paid
gonna
in
get
every
paid
one
from?
of his shows.
No.
Apparently, Chris Rock might want a big
Dateline.
a big deal.
He wants like a $3 or $4 million sit-down Oprah-style interview.
Like 60 Minutes or something? Something like that?
No, this would be like an ABC special. They'd have the whole hour dedicated to him.
How long can you talk about one slap?
But Chris Rock says that he's not going to reveal any more about the big old Will Smith slap until he receives cold, hard cash. Now, is he joking around, though? So on Friday, he told a live audience, he said that he would not be talking about the Oscars until he was compensated, presumably meaning that somebody would pay him cash for the exclusive sit-down story. This is according to a report from the Palm Springs Desert Sun, who was at his set in Indio, California. He did a show on Friday night out in California, and material referenced, I guess, a little bit of the Will Smith deal, but no serious detail. And I guess he told the audience that he's not going to tell the whole story or reveal any more until he gets paid, is what he wants. So, come on, I think he's joking.
I don't know.
I think he's putting it out there for some network guy to be like, yes, let's give him $2 million to have a...
What's he going to say? What's he going to... Were you going to punch him? I don't know, maybe.
Oh, did you see that Jake Gyllenhaal, he was the host on Saturday Night Live on Saturday night? And Michelle said to me, said, why is he hosting? I said, it's probably got a movie. And then the commercial came on, and it's for that ambulance thing. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I had actually seen this movie commercial like a couple of weeks ago, and Michelle and I were sitting down. We were watching TV, and this thing comes on, and it's a movie called Ambulance. I'm like, we both looked at each other like, what the hell is this movie? What the hell is this about?
I'm going to go with an ambulance.
Yes, but apparently ambulance opened up over the weekend, and it was the lowest Michael Bay opening for any of his movies ever.
Really?
Michael Bay's terrible. He did Transformers, right?
It's not a lot of crap.
And I heard he was a real jerk. He deserves it.
Jake did really good in the movie Nightcrawler. That is the Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
That's a good
I've
one.
seen Nightcrawler.
No, Brokeback Mountain was his best performance.
I don't think I'm going to be going to see Ambulance.
Wish I could quit you.
Ask Keith Ledger.
Listen to this. Ambulance needs to call 911 itself to report a catastrophe. It's opening weekend. Anyway, he was on SNL. I thought SNL was mediocre. We fast-forwarded through yesterday to see if anything was good. All right, we're done, folks. See you back here tomorrow. Website always loaded, mjmorningshow.com. You can always go back, watch MJ TV, see the entire show. Whole show's on video, folks. mjmorningshow.com, the podcasting, whatever we posted. So hit the website whenever, mjmorningshow.com. All right, before we roll out of here, Fester, Froggy, if you want me to introduce you guys to Steve and Elizabeth Holland, same with you, Roxanne. Coop, you're still in the accumulation phase of your life, and I don't think you have much to invest, do you?
No? Save.
What was that?
I got nothing to save.
All right.
No, that's not true. Everybody needs to be on a plan.
No, but no, seriously. If you don't have an
Why did you just say Fester? Oh, okay. You said Roxanne.
Yeah, I said Roxanne.
Yeah.
I said
we included you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So if you don't have a financial plan, if you don't have an investment strategy, if you don't have a retirement strategy, this is where you got to go to Steve and Elizabeth Holland. They are the principals behind the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors, and they want to build you a complimentary investment and retirement plan. Complimentary, no obligation. What about a second opinion? Steve Holland is known as the second opinion guy, meaning if you've been with a broker or an advisor financially for a while, maybe only a year or two, maybe even doing it yourself, if you go to Steve and Elizabeth Holland, they'll look at what you currently have, and they will make suggestions and hand you their plan on what they would do for you. Get a plan. Retirement, investment, complimentary, no obligation. Steve and Elizabeth Holland. It's very easy to get a hold of them. Just go to their website, thehollandgrp.com. Thehollandgrp.com. Just hit the website because all the contact information is there. And instead of me giving you the phone number, just go to the website, thehollandgrp.com. Tell them that you heard about them on the MJ Morning Show and you want to talk about your finances, that you'd like them to look things over and get a written financial and retirement plan from the Hollands. TheHollandGRP.com. All right, we're done. We're out of here. Man, I got a ton of stuff already for tomorrow's show that we didn't even get to here. Anything else, guys? Rox, Coop, anybody? Speak now, forever hold your peace until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'm good.
All right, everyone? We're done?
We have a lot of things Froggy and I would like to get off of our chest right now.
Okay, very good. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Let's be careful out there.